Perfect. All right. Last, we saw our heroes of Hyrule. They had finally cornered the prophetess in Korok Forest. After defeating malice copies of themselves, Lorhanan dealt the final strike on his half sister, a woman he and his party barely knew or understood. However, he soon discovered he would have the opportunity, as Korea became trapped in his transformed sword, and she certainly was not happy about it. Natara collected the Hero of Time from a fissure in the earth, while Inari helped Aquila brave the Lost Woods to retrieve the new form of LG. Using his divining magic, Lydian discovered the truth about the hero, known as Link, from how he was chosen by the sword that seals the darkness 111 years ago, fought valiantly during the calamity, but ultimately fell in battle and was brought to the Shrine of Resurrection to be restored. Unfortunately, malice had entered before the shrine was sealed, and it spread and fused with Link, infecting him as he slept for over a century. When 11th Hour appeared 110 years later and opened the door to the Shrine of Resurrection, a plume of malice escaped, headed for Great Hyrule Forest, where the sword that seals the darkness once was. Our heroes then exited the woods, teleporting to Kakariko with Link and leaving him in the care of their Sheikah allies and LG, who stayed behind following a previous designation. Pretty sure that's kind of what happened. I don't fully remember. 11th Hour now has one final destination ahead, Hyrule Castle. Before they can venture within, there are a few other items on their to-do lists, which they've already begun checking off. Lorhanan and Lydian helped Aquila take on 16 guardians in central Hyrule, not all at once, and numerous parts were collected for her to follow the schematics from the labyrinths. Using Riverside Stable as the base of operation due to its access to Hyrule Field, the three of them were able to reconnect with Parsi, a stable woman who has been in and out of the castle many times due to her insatiable interest in weaponry. She gave them ideas for reaching the castle and advice on how to reach the sanctum. Meanwhile, Inari joined Natara's trip to Kakariko for arrows. The Gerudo warrior found her Sheikah commander in the bathhouse and later joined her for the evening as Natara enjoyed the company of Zalf, Mova, and Kralkek. Following day, with Aquila locked in her work, Natara and Lorhanan went to Lorland City to take on Cloyne's palace with Avala. But it appeared luck was not on Lorhanan's side, as he lost thousands of rupees. He also experimented with the magic of Lover's Pond nearby at Tuft Mountain, testing if the spirit of Korea in his sword would find a soulmate, but no one came. He did, however, encounter Natara's upstairs neighbor, an elderly Hylian man with an uncanny resemblance to himself. On the other side of Hyrule, Inari and Lydian swooped by Rito Village, and Lydian was reunited with his mothers, as well as Master Cass and Ionia. Most importantly, they also learned that the wedding between Locrian and Laissa was back on and happening in 7 days. And that is where we find our heroes now. 11th Hour, as another day comes to an end. Aquila, you earn a day towards your machine, and the rest of you find rest in your locations across Hyrule. Night falls, and as you all reconnect at Riverside Stable, Lorhanan has had a request for Aquila.
Oh,
And-
right. I forgot about that until like right now.
And if
Lord,
any of this...
I'd like to submit a correction to the recap.
Please do.
Lorhanan
I was about to say,
100.
I don't remember everything, so I did my best.
Lorhanan only lost hundreds of rupees. Like, what, 750 or something?
Community added notes.
Geez, 775.
Okay, 775.
I'm not changing it.
Which is like a quarter of our rupees, I think.
Just about. I found new music for Bebop and Round.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I did
Or bebopping.
accurately
All
Okay.
right.
Yes, so I interrupt Aquila as she's working. I say, Aquila, if you have some time before we go to the castle, I'm going to need some help. I'm gonna need some buff.
For what?
Well, they need to be big enough, explosive enough to to cave in the entrances of the Yugi clan.
Why? That's like a cool base that we use.
Well, yeah, but let's say we don't make it out of the castle.
Okay.
I
Do you think someone is out there restarting the Yiki clan right now?
well, perhaps not. But I think it's perhaps best if they had no real chance.
Yeah, I can probably make that happen. Probably have to just spend like a little time there with you, but I think we can make that happen. Honestly, I'll just probably use my turrets and just explode them over and over again next to the entrances. Either that, or I can use something bigger in my arsenal.
Thanks, Aquila. I very nervously pat your back.
What? Sure. I go back to my work.
But yeah, I do not recall if everybody returned, but for the sake of discussion on things that you guys want to do, because we really hit like the main stuff I had written last time in the Lost Media, you guys all reconvene. Lorhannon has that side conversation with Aquila, and the rest of you return. Lydian with news about an event that is to transpire in a week's time. Natara with tales about Lorhannon's experience at Cloyne's palace. And Ari just with tales of her own that probably won't be shared.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you reconvene.
Is so Aquila is still working, I assume?
I mean, I have to, yeah. I have to
Okay.
continually until I finish.
If we're looking for something to discuss, I can bring up the kind of schematics about the castle and the various styles that I've learned from, what was her name again?
Parsi, she's here too. You guys are at Riverside Stable where Aquila is working.
So, if I lay out one of the two Sheikah styles, the Gerudo style, the Goron style, the Rito style, the Zora style, what sounds most appealing? Do we need refreshers on what they are or no?
Well,
I
considering
have
they're
no-
based on extremely insensitive racial tropes, I think we got all the gist of them.
Not to mention that most of them are just and theorizing that one could just bash their head
Right.
against.
She's really thought about going to this castle in a variety of ways.
They're more theories than anything. You're right.
I feel like we gotta do one of the Sheikah style.
That makes the most sense. I feel like because we can't traverse waterfalls. I mean, we could theoretically fly as well, but we would get maybe shot out of the sky. So I think it's got to be one of the two Sheikah styles.
I mean, as much as I find the Goron style very interesting, even I'm not that great.
You can't really do a cavalry with one person, so the whole
Speaking
Gerudo
of-
thing is probably.
And also, speaking of cavalry, should we recruit anybody else to help stave off some of the guardians at the front gates, to help us sneak inside, or maybe set up a distraction to draw some away? We could do something like that. Inara, you John's yelling at a cat.
Yeah.
Inari, you met with Des. Did you guys discuss any military strategy
You
or anything when
really,
you were?
you were so excited.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, did you guys do a lot of talking?
Shut up. And Ari grimaces. Like the most
Grimaces.
like pained look on her face because like she just really doesn't want to talk about it, but she's just like, she's it's like a very clear lie too. Or she's like, well, we did tour the Sheikah Barracks a little bit, so I mean we could maybe call upon the Sheikah, maybe if we wanted to. I mean I'm sure she'd be happy to help.
I wouldn't want to put anybody in harm's way, but and especially if their style is more kind of covert than just kind of creating a larger. It's almost like if we had a safe way to get like an army of impenetrable like Gorons or something out there, we couldn't.
Well,
kick Gorons. I think that's too.
I mean, there's the benefit of the Sheikah having like decent knowledge about the constructs, but also I
Yeah.
think even if it's them sneaking ahead and like discovering like which parts of the castle are going to be more treacherous or things like that, like we could maybe use them for intel based off of like we have the maps, like you kind of have knowledge based off of what we like have talked about. But yeah, they're obviously not like mainline fighters, but
If we're
could maybe
going
utilize
to
them.
attack using the Sheikah method, doesn't an overt force at our rear reveal that we are there?
Yes, but also I figure in case we need somebody to like pull away the guardians around the entrances that we go to so that we can sneak inside without, detection.
Yeah, I don't know. I no disrespect to our allies, but I feel like that is suicide for a lot of them.
Yeah, true. Jenna, would Lydian know anybody else besides Parsi, you said, right? Was their name? Would Lydian know anybody else, I guess also besides Coria, that would know more about like castle knowledge or like have a recommendation on which way to go in? Do we know anybody who like knows the architecture of it or something? Or what about that guy, Hyrule, right?
Oh yeah, we have to take him to Hyrule Castle Town.
Oh, we have to do that, don't we?
I think like no role needed. I am very certain because of the like how dangerous and like not even dangerous in like a light sense, like deadly uh Hyrule Castle is. I don't think any anyone else that's
Anyone
ever.
else?
Yeah.
All right.
Once we get close, I can scout ahead with Arcane Eye.
That's a good idea. I was
Gives
just
us
going to
an
suggest.
hour of an invisible sensor roaming around, so I could get some idea.
Yeah,
That'd
absolutely.
be like a little safer. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I was going to suggest I fly, but that's even safer. Okay. Anybody else have any like preparations or strategy things to talk about, or anything else to do?
I could also probably try to look at like their patterns of where they go if they have like a specific like path they follow.
Mm-hmm.
Coria's been in the Hyrule Castle, right?
He lived there.
He lived there, apparently.
Oh,
This is. Oh, I love this.
I mean, I did try and ask her last time. She was not very. Maybe she's wanting up our little vacay to Laurelin City. So
Is anybody else able to talk to Korea or just Lorhannen?
Just me. Just
Okay.
Get
me.
in his head.
To say like, let me do some talking. Let me try to put the
Like,
schmooze on.
I know a guy. Hey, Korea. We're really, we're thinking about going to the castle. I know that was your sweet dig. So,
He's losing it.
Gig.
your sweet digs. So, like, let's say one was to try and go to the castle. Like, were there monsters, like, in your bedroom?
Callus, you are idiotically insufferable. And insufferably idiotic. I did live in Hyrule Castle, yes, for a very long time. I spent decades there, reading in the library. I'm not even going to entertain the question of monsters in my bedroom. But I think it's an excellent idea for you to go there. There are more of Ganon's creations in Hyrule Castle as a concentrated point than anywhere else in Hyrule. It is magnificent.
And you're gonna help me slay them.
I hate you
This would be
so
excellent.
much. I hate
This
you.
will be
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. You just hear that echoing in your head.
Thanks for chatting. Or Hannon imagines this is the only thing that having a sibling could possibly be.
If we are going to go the Sheikah way, I could also set the Knife of Spell Storing to have invisibility in it.
I
That
can
could
cast
be
an
good.
upgrade.
Yeah, that's probably worthwhile. Pretty good to be invisible.
That would be one of my two options I was considering was either invisibility in the Knife of Spell Storing or Fairy Fire, just so I can basically use it every fight and try to give you guys advantage.
That's pretty. That's
Especially
pretty good.
considering my level 1 spell slots are gone like this now that I have 2 turrets that take 2 spell slots and shield is a level 1 spell.
That's probably better, actually.
And we'll have Pass Without Trace.
Right, we'll have Pass Without Trace. So. Like,
Maybe I will spot cast invisibility on me and Anari.
As soon as we get to a
Yeah.
fight, the invisibility is done. So,
Alright, that makes more sense to me.
I like it.
So, it is evening. The day has completely winded down. Even like the people at the stable are heading off to bed. And you guys do have beds at the stable. It is your stable. Is there any discussion about what you want to do tomorrow? Specifically.
I mean, I know Anari would just offer to help anyone who needs it because she's kind of completed her main objective. So, you know. I mean, the only thing I think Anari would do left would just be like writing a letter to Pokey, probably.
I think I might because I've already reunited with Ionia and I'm gonna see her again for the wedding. I should probably upgrade a little bit of my gear, or I don't know if we can. If I can go to Robbie's with the spare parts that Akila's not using tomorrow, and see if I can cash them in for like an upgraded sword or an upgraded shield or something.
Yeah, I can do a quick calculation to see what we have spare.
Or you could kill more guardians for more parts.
I could kill more guardians for more parts. I could also I guess in case there's any other, and I guess this would be asking for like a history check or something. See if there's any other like natural phenomenon where I might have missed like a like some sort of important or mystical item, or like, oh, I'll come back to this important looking door later and I never did, or anything along the entire journey that was like, oh, this seems notable, we'll come back to this, and then we never did.
Like a lot of places.
Yeah.
I know, but the only thing on my list is the 2 rings shrine puzzle, but I don't think that's gonna
That
hold.
was the one that came to my mind.
I don't think
That
that's
is-
gonna. If
That
it
is
was
also
just,
what came to my mind, so.
if I
Lydian?
think it's gonna be worthwhile to go there, I will
Lydian.
make that trek tomorrow.
Lydian, make an insight check to look inside yourself
Wow.
and reflect on how you felt.
Oh my god.
I got a 30.
Oh my god.
You think back to that moment before you guys followed the fox across the bridge, and I think that was the bridge where you spent a lot of time with your various horses and camel. You think back to that moment and remember that when you got across the bridge, you felt like a tug, like something was missed on the other side where those rings were, because you know a song about those rings that Cass taught you years ago. And you just know that there was something there.
I flip back in my songbook, and I try to find that song. Blow some dust off of a page.
In your... Where
I
is it?
think it's. Is it in here?
Yeah, your,
The 2 rings.
the 2 rings.
When a single arrow threads 2 rings, the shrine will rise like bird on wings. Okay. And Natara, how many arrows did you get, by the way?
I got. Well, I have 20 fire arrows and 21 bomb arrows. And you can have all 39 of my regular arrows, as I
Thank
do not
you.
need them anymore.
It's like Christmas.
We have a stupid amount of guardian parts that we can throw into the blender at Robbie's now.
That's good.
Blender.
I wonder if Robbie is able to like take custom requests for like fusing or something, because I like my Gerudo shield quality to it. I would want to put that on like an ancient shield or something to see if I can add like a mirror to the external part of that shield or something. I don't know if he does custom requests like that, but I don't know.
Probably
you.
better to ask sooner than later.
I think you know somebody in your party that would be more likely to be able to do that than the old man who built a machine to spit out weapons and stuff.
Well, I would still need the ancient shield as a fuse tool in the first place, so I still gotta go to Robbie's. But I guess Akila, do you feel like that's something you might be able to do?
Depends on how much time I have. I still have, so it's gonna take me the rest of the week to make the numbered schematic creation,
Mhm.
and then I still want to make Anari's crit-proof armor.
Ooh.
And then that's the only other schematic I can build. So I don't know how long that's
Yeah.
gonna take. And then I mean, it's fine. We can delay.
No, I know. I mean, you seem the most stretched thin out of everybody.
Well, I
So-
mean, I also have never done this before, and I feel like there's a non-zero chance, especially after the sweet repair job I did on the fire sword, that it could go wrong.
Right. I will be self-sustaining and independent for this one for as long as I possibly can until I am in dire straits and I need your help.
That sounds like an even worse idea.
Well,
You're
I'm a
gonna
new
do
Lydian
you're
now.
gonna do homemade smithing yourself.
Well, maybe not myself, but I can talk to the right people.
Who are you going to talk to?
Don't you worry, Aquila.
This makes me more worried that you're being evasive.
I know that you're busy. You're probably the smartest woman in Hyrule, so I'll give you credit. But you're also very limited with your time. I know a few people. I think I've met a few people along our way. We can figure things out together.
I feel like I'm not going to get the answer out of you, so I'm gonna go back to work.
He goes to Jorak.
Dude, we gotta make a shield.
Hey man, what do you know about smithing?
Alright, so I think what we'll do is night falls, and unless there's any specific things that happen tonight, let's just go to the next day and you guys can go your way wherever you want to go to do your things.
Yeah.
So you guys settle in the beds here, and you notice that the beds are just so well made before you get in. Like everything is very finely pressed together, and there's just so much care and attention to detail put in at this stable. And as you guys kind of settle in and like extinguish the candles by your bedsides, and one by one, not just you but the other inhabitants of the stable, the canopy goes dark. You still see, watching from from candlelight at the entrance, not the entrance, but the behind the counter, looking out onward into the night, Ember, the stable master, who occasionally looks back just to make sure everybody's all right. But you guys rest, gain benefits of long rest as you do. Sun rises the next morning. Goddard is out there cooking up a delicious breakfast, and you guys rise. Aquila, you head over to your workbench and pick up where you left off last night. I think that's one day down, correct? Or is it 2?
2 now.
2 now. All right. 2 out of 6. That means at this point, you see that you have like this very large piece. You've been putting all of your efforts into the mechanisms, and finally, like at the end of the day yesterday, put on a bunch of sort of like exterior paneling pieces that kind of have made this body that you have now. And you finish that schematic and move on to the next for the day. The rest of you, what would you like to do?
If we're
Do you
doing
mind
a trip to Robbie's, I'll go.
Okay.
I do
I kind of
remember
want to
that.
go as well.
Oh no, you got stuff to do.
Yeah, but like, I want stuff from Robbie's.
Jenna, can you kindly bring us back to the main map?
Yes, sir.
For some
We have
reason,
a
the
long-
fireworks are going off near us.
Yeah, I thought it was Jinx or Hex knocking shit around in the living room, and I was like, "What the hell are they doing?" And then
Like
I
they're
came
they're like
outside.
going out off like right next door for some reason.
I didn't even realize you guys weren't on the main screen.
We
Yeah,
Sorry.
we
have
were in
a-
Kakariko.
So we can like we can come back, Aquila, and give you like a list. Robbie's.
Yeah, it would be a day's travel. Ugh.
It's so far. It's so far from our nearest point.
I wish we had some sort of. None of us have sending.
No, I
We
only
just have sending stones with love.
I have a scrying sensor, but that's only one way unless I'm talking to Hyrule. How far are we from the shrine puzzle, Jenna?
Sorry. I just was looking at the
Did
map.
you
and thought it'd be funny
did you
to do
just
that.
put his name in as Robert?
Yeah. I had that idea. I thought it'd be funny.
Please, his dad is tech director Robert. He's Robbie.
Let me look at the Sheikah map for you. Your closest teleport point is probably Tabantha. Is it Tabantha Canyon Stable? And from
South
there,
there? Or no, probably up here.
it's over
Yeah.
by, or I guess technically maybe. What tower is that? What tower is that?
Ridgeland, I think.
Ridgeland Tower, yes. That's probably your closest point. But that's still pretty far. It's a little bit more than half a day.
That's not that bad.
I think we go to Rockies.
Okay, let's do that.
I'm pro Robbie.
We'll get to that if we get to that.
I agree.
Are we just getting a list from him, or are we actually developing things with him?
I will
mean-
give you what I know to be the spare parts. So it's in the sheet of holding. If you go scroll down, I highlighted the values in blue of what's left over.
Okay.
Do you want us to come back and tell you what's what, or do you have things in mind that you?
Maybe the rest of that sweet ancient armor set, if it's available, and Otherwise, not really. You guys should stock up on shields and arrows, or any other weapons you guys need.
I don't see your blue highlights. Are they in the first sheet?
No,
Yeah.
they're at the bottom and all the way over.
Yeah, sorry, there's so many
Oh,
columns.
okay. Yeah. This
They're
sheet's
farther
kind of a
down.
mess. I see. Okay.
So, you all teleport back to North Akala Stable, or East Akala Stable, I think. I think it's East and South. And returning once again to the stable, there is an entire village set up here at this point of
Bigger. It's getting bigger.
of these Hylian people that wear animal furs and bones, and the stable itself is completely unrecognizable, though the horse statue still remains. And you guys teleport to the shrine that is nearby. It seems that these people are steering clear of the shrine. There seems to be sort of like a radius around it that they have. There aren't any buildings, nor are there really any like of those, like those paths, like found paths that like people create by walking to places often. No sign of anything like that either. So you guys kind of teleport here. There's like a small city-like village that is entirely around almost all the way the shrine, and you head north. They all kind of stop what they're doing. They appear to be doing like daily chores, like it's the morning. Some of them are attending to small like livestock. There's like some puckos here, though they don't resemble the ones from Kakariko. These ones are brownish, I think. Wait, the Kakariko ones are they brown? I don't remember. They look different. If the Kakariko ones are brown, these ones are white. If it's vice versa, then it's vice versa. I don't remember, and I'm too tired to look it up. They look different, the chickens. And
Got it.
they are tanning hides and forming clothing out of the fresh animal skins, and a lot of them stop and look at you as you guys just walk through effectively a street of a town that has popped up here.
Can I talk to my friends and say, should we? I feel like this has gone unaddressed for so long. Should we talk to these people, or maybe just kind of make sure
I
that
think
they?
only Orhanon could talk to them. because they
Why do you
speak
say
a
that?
different. They speak
Oh,
like
they
a
speak-
different language.
You're so right.
But I could talk to them. True.
I think it's worth talking to them just to like say hi. You know, just say that we're probably going to be popping in and out of the shrine from time to time. Like, you know,
To what,
just get on their good
to-
side.
to what end? Like, just so that we can pop in and out? Like,
Well, yeah, because making alliances is better than a unspoken, you know, vitriol that might pop up, and they might be like, "Ooh, what are these teleporting goons that are coming in and out?" Like,
Goon Squad.
it's no, that's not a good name for
Sorry.
the squad. Um,
I didn't imagine
Well, I-
Inari towering over everyone else and being like, good squad.
I will add it to the list, but I'm not happy about it.
Oh, okay. I mean, look, I try to contribute, and immediately getting shot down. So I just don't. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But yeah, to what end? Just kind of to make friendly neighbors, I guess.
Okay. If you think that's the right thing to do.
That's the heroic thing to do.
So you want to?
Coria, do you think we should do that?
I'm sorry. What exactly are you trying to do, Callus?
Talk to these people?
Lord Hannon, I did not talk to a single living person for over 25 years.
Well, that seems a little lonely. Aren't you glad you get to talk to me now?
Ecstatic.
I turned back to Lydian. Coria's on board.
Oh boy, I like Sword Coria.
All right.
Alright, so-
Well,
Yeah, who is the most kind of important looking person around?
yep.
So, give me a perception check.
And I also
Yes.
look for the most important person.
I got a 21.
Do you use your spyglass?
No, I was not supposed to do one with advantage, so I got a 9.
Lord Hannon
Plus
on a
7.
9. Oh wow. Okay, gotcha.
It was after my plus 7.
Yeah, I gotcha. That's a shame. Lord Hannon, on a 9, you're looking around. I think that you are trying to find the most important person, but you're more so just sort of like identifying like sort of like occupations a bit of like what these people are doing. Like you can see that there is like a structure to the society here, though you're not really able to identify like who in that hierarchy is like most important. But Lydian on a 21, you notice that there is a small group of 3 people that have kind of gathered, and there is a rather tall Hylian man who has like long, like sort of like salt and pepper, ragged hair and a long, unkempt beard, and he has the skull of a wild boar that is rests atop his head, both impressive tusks, perfectly intact, extending from the skull. He has more of like a leathery armor on his body, and like pauldrons are bone, and he has a belt that's sort of like a harness of sorts that's made of bone. Um, and though his hair is rather unkempt, no one else really like by any means is to that level of like not these people aren't like filthy like woods people. They're just people. He just seems to have that as his own personal style. But these 2 other people, a man and a woman, are sort of talking with him, and he's looking at you guys, and he sort of nods, and he has this spear. resembles a spear that you guys have encountered before, one that is typically Natara would know without even having to make a roll, as Lydian sort of points this crowd out. This is a Lysel spear. And so wielding it, but not like holding it towards you guys in any way, he just sort of uses it as like a walking stick and heads over to you guys, even. But Lydian, you clock that it's going to be this man beforehand, and sort of ready everyone, like, okay, this is the person that we're going to want to talk to. And he approaches you guys, and for most of you, you don't understand what he is saying. I guess Keela spoke this once. I don't know if all of you were there to hear it. I don't remember who she spoke to when she had this. But for those of any characters that were, for those of you that were, it sounds like that, except instead of the voice of a small woman, it is a very tall, gruff gentleman. And Lorhannon, my brain's not working, but I'm pretty sure you have ways of understanding the spoken language. Is that correct?
Correct. The sacred realm allows me to be fluent. I need to be fluent in every language.
That's fantastic. So, it's again so amazing to me. There were things, I don't think you guys are going back to the Sacred Realm. So, like, we can go through that like in like a post-mortem type thing, but there were things that would force you to like totally scramble your skill proficiencies and like all sorts of things that would just fuck your character sheets a little bit, in like a fun way that you could get rid of. It's not the end of the world, but like none of those none of those happened.
None of that.
So comes over, the rest of you don't understand a word, but Lorhannon, translating it in your head, you're able to understand. Greetings. Why do you come here through the glowing rock?
Greetings. We are travelers who are going up the road. We have a special connection with the rock that allows us to move through it to others of its kind.
Others have seen you come from this rock before. Do you live in this rock?
No. We live wherever the wind takes us, really.
He sort of nods slowly. And then he continues. I am Chief Gatu. Why do you come to us through the rock? Why does the wind take you here?
Can we see Robbie's from here? Like, is it up on a hill? No.
I'd say no, because foliage in Akala is pretty thick. It's the thick, like, multicolor leaves. Maybe you can see, like, the very, very top, because it is sort of, I think, like a converted lighthouse of some kind, if I remember right. So,
Yeah.
that could be the Hateno one. So, maybe, like, the very top of it.
Well, I'll at the very least point like up the hill towards where we say we're here to visit the man of the hill.
Hmm.
He creates tools. He creates tools.
The Chief Gatu understands this and like nods with recognition. Yes. He and the lady come down this way sometimes. We know of them.
We don't mean to disturb you any further. Um, we may travel back through the rock in the future, and we ask that you grant us safe passage through your land.
Well, we are not the threats of the lands. And was that you, Matt?
No,
What was that?
probably oregano.
She's asleep on the couch. Okay, I don't know what that noise was, but what were we just saying? Sorry, there was like a noise that happened over there, and I don't know what it was. You guys come through the rock. Okay, he was about to ask. Yeah, did anything like move? That was weird. He was about to ask. I gotta remember it again. I'm sorry, guys. Right. So you come through this rock. Did you come through the rock before we were here?
We had to have gotten the shrine at some.
You know, we had traveled here before you were here. Yes.
Then know this, traveler. It was not us who did what happened to the stable. We know the people that were once here, and we share a common enemy. But with the changes with the animals, we were forced out of our lands. So you have safe passage, but not because we have any intent to harm you innately. We are not bad. And we
Certainly
ask
not.
you do not harm us either as you come through.
In a slight bow. Of course, you are here to live. I sort of like gesture at the town they've built.
Indeed. He sort of like steps back but doesn't go all the way away and sort of waits for you guys to leave.
Give
Loran,
the-
how did it
I-
go?
Yeah, I'm like, I give a brief summary to the group. I'd say, like, you know, I told them we're going up the road.
Mhm.
They just want to live here, right?
Is there? I guess before we leave, I feel bad having like a nameless group. Is there something that they call themselves, or a name for their village, or something?
Yes. I'll ask the chief.
He sort of like gestures, not like in like a tacky kind of way, but just like in like a curious way with his spear. You speak, they do not.
Uh, they do not know the words that you and I share. They live far off in other parts of the world, so
You are from
Yes.
here?
tongues. I've been given a gift from God to travel and speak the tongues of those places.
Give me an insight check.
Okay.
Another two.
Wow.
Incredible.
Wait a second. Do I? I think I only get like the bonus if he's alive. Right. The 15.
15 is still very good. And
Another two. So
yes. But the 15 is still very good. There is, for the first time since you first started speaking to him and he was questioning you about the rock, a sort of apprehension at the mention of like this gift that you have. Um, and I think that on a 15, you can kind of clock that there is uh, hesitation towards perhaps magical things or supernatural, unknown things.
Mhm.
So there is apprehension um, that he sort of like on his expression. If you want to do anything to sort of continue and perhaps quell that, clocking that in his expression.
um, I don't think I really would know how to do that.
Uh, Chief Gatu says, "I see a gift." We are, and he sort of turns to all of you and um says it like in a way of um answering the question of like who are they that you had asked a moment ago, Lorhannon, as sort of like a introduction to like the people, uh and haven't had to say it out loud, so I didn't think that all this was happening at all anymore. I thought we were done with this, but uh, acolytes, like Akala, ints. Okay, it's acolytes, and he turns and addresses all of you as he says that part. But now he sort of backs away from you a little bit more cautiously and sort of gestures with his hand. A sort of shift from where you were before.
We ought to go.
Sounds good to me.
I'm gonna bow to him once more as it's really big.
And
Thank you, Chief.
as you guys, he says nothing more to you, but as you guys move through the path through the little village here, heads turn and watch you. And then once you're a bit further down, they return to the things that they're doing. Um, and you guys pass through what was once East Akala Stable and have the path ahead of you to the Akala Tech Ancient Tech Lab. Is there anything you guys want to talk about during the way, or do we just want to get there?
I have one subject matter to bring up.
Um,
Uh, whatever happened to that dog that followed us out of the sacred realm?
They
Is it
didn't
still
give
with
me a
us?
perception check.
Ay, ay, ay. 11 with a smile and a cherry on top.
The thought of the dog comes to your mind as you guys walk back in Akala, though on your familiar home plane this time around, and you sort of look around, and out of the corner of your eye, for a brief moment, you see the sort of glimmering colors, the shifting colors of like pinks and blues and just like iridescent sort of tones that the light sort of catches, but you look around and you don't see anything.
So I just see like iridescent tones out of the corner of my eye.
The corner of your eye, like as if there is something there, but when you try and look at it dead on, it is not there.
Hmm. Interesting. I'll bring it up to anybody just in case they might have a solution to this.
I don't understand what the what the riddle is at all. So
Did we learn if this dog had a name or like what was on its collar again?
it was broken.
If I pull a piece of like meat or a bone or something out of our bag, do we have that? We have a no. I
There are a
want
lot
to do
of
that.
bones back with the Accolants.
No, but they might get mad at us if we touch their stuff regardless.
Yeah. What are you trying to do, Lydia? I don't think I understand.
Lord Hannon, do you remember the dog that was with us? It's not here, but I feel like it's still here somehow.
Oh,
The colors of the dog are kind of around my vision.
are you sure that's not just your own Fey blood?
I don't know. Maybe this is just what it looks like when somebody who's Fey has a cold or something, but I have an inkling that it has something to do with the dog. I guess, do I have any like prestidigitation or something, or I don't. I only have oh, I do have prestidigitation. Can I pull out one of the mighty bananas and then cast prestidigitation, make it smell like meat, I guess?
And what are you doing with it?
I'm just gonna like toss it like 7 feet from me.
In what direction?
I guess in the direction that I sensed the presence.
Okay.
So kind of like over my shoulder
Yeah,
and like
you
back a little bit.
pull out a mighty banana, separate it from the bunch, and press to digitate the smell of meat onto it, and you sort of toss it, sort of like behind you at an angle where you kind of like your eye sort of played a trick on you or something like that. And you guys all watch the banana like hit the ground and like some dust float up a little bit as it lands on the dirt path. And appearing is that colorful dog. And it sort of walks over and sniffs and sort of licks the banana and is a little bit confused and just kind of looks.
I'll pick the banana back up and put it in my bag and be like, I don't know if this is poisonous to you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
does the dog look any different in the material realm?
Looks exactly the same, if not more out of place. In the sacred realm, it sort of had the same colorful coloration as the rest of the world. Here, the rest of the world seems mundane compared to the bright, sort of like opalescence to this creature.
I don't really have anything to do with him, but I'll pet him, I guess, a little bit.
You extend your wing. The dog sort of like backs up and has sort of like an unease and sort of looks around itself. Give me an animal handling check.
15.
The dog steps forward a little bit and sort of with its nose sort of like puts its nose against like the very tip of your wing and then like sort of nuzzles your wing a little bit and you scratch the dog behind its ear.
Okay, as long as he's not hungry, because we don't have any food. Wonderful. I will not name this dog just in case we find this owner. And I don't want to get attached to anything. He is cute, though.
The tail begins
He can come
to
with us.
wag.
he can come with us to Robbie's.
All right.
Is
So-
everybody okay with this dog?
I'm sure the acolytes wouldn't be, but so
All
they
right.
come with us if we're going back there.
Yeah, we'll keep it under wraps. Let's go to Robbie's.
So what you guys thought was a party of 4 has become a party of 5, and you continue on the familiar path past the destroyed, decayed guardian that you guys once fought along the way, and reach Robbie's workshop at the top of the hill. You head in. He is there. Um, Are you guys just looking for parts, or are you also looking for information? Because I don't remember Robbie's voice.
I think just parts. I think just upgrading tools what we can.
Fantastic.
Unless he knows anybody who lost a dog.
He can't say that he does.
Okay.
Where is my handout with the... there we go. All right, so... did I share this with you guys? I don't know if this is this current?
I think we just
Um,
spoke through it every time.
Party minute table, DM screen, items, or... I think it's this. I don't know what else it would be. This seems pretty good. So, I'll just share it with you guys so you guys can decide what you want to do. This is what I have in here. I don't remember.
Oh
if there's
yeah,
a
this
different
looks
one.
new.
I think this is what I've used the past couple times you guys have gone. Past couple times meaning probably the past 2 years of real time.
So, okay. Great.
Yeah, you guys just buy what you need then, because it looks like I thought there was like a helmet or Greaves part of it, but it looks like it's just the one.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You said that, and I was like, "Oh, that would have been a nice idea." I did not think of.
I must have misremembered it at some point.
I don't think I had
Okay,
something
so
else though. I think that this is it.
spring shafts, arrow, ancient armor. Okay, so 15 ancient gears. Okay, so we have gears, springs, and a giant ancient core. So I can get an ancient shield for myself. We just have we need 1,000 rupees, which I'm sure we have.
Did
Well,
you not
maybe.
get an ancient shield with everyone else?
No, I never did. I kept my Gerudo shield. I'm pretty sure.
Maybe we go for the shield and then as many arrows as we can.
As we can turn into ancient.
Yeah.
Yeah. That could work.
Like, I don't think any of us really need any of the weapons.
No, the blade saw is cool, but I don't really need it.
I mean, can you even handle a great axe? Like,
Probably not. No.
yeah.
I mean, technically, don't you have martial weapon proficiency?
Oh, sure is College of Valor.
Oh, I do. I have martial weapon proficiencies.
The only thing is, it's
but I wouldn't-
two-handed. That's the only.
I wouldn't
thing.
do two-handed though. I would need a shield. What about my own ancient short sword though? Because if we're gonna be hitting guardians and stuff,
Oh, sure. Perhaps.
the only problem is that that's like most of our money remaining then.
Yeah, I think you could have one of those, and then
Yeah, I would rather the short sword because I need to do more damage rather than potentially like get hit by something. So I'd rather just the short sword, which is 1,000 and then 15 ancient springs, 5 ancient shafts, and 3 ancient cores. Is that doable, Jenna?
Yeah, you put anything you want into Cherry to get what you want. So if you want to put in for an ancient short sword, all you.
I will do that.
Is that
So it's just 2 ancient cores.
5 ancient shafts.
copy the things that we have, what they are right next to it.
Did you already subtract this from the blue box here?
No.
Or no? Okay,
I just
I'll do
moved
that.
the
I'll do it then. Oh, I see. Yeah, you just took away the. Gotcha. Okay, so 15 ancient springs. Five ancient shafts.
we can make 6 ancient arrows.
That sounds good.
7 actually, right? We have enough rupees for 7.
Lydian will
Okay.
need 7 of the air.
Yeah, I do. I can also offer him 7 of the arrows and then turn them into ancients. That's great.
So we have wait. Oh, we can't. We don't have enough shaft.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's the money and the material.
One shaft off.
Hmm.
Okay, so
So how many arrows can we make then?
6. We can make 6.
6. Okay.
Holy shit. That's great.
So, let me get a calculator. So 171 minus 36 is 135.
Just
Three
don't
inches.
subtract it from there. Subtract it from the actual list.
Oh,
Up the
from
top.
the actual number. Okay.
Yeah, because it all flows down.
Oh, well, hold on. Let me backspace then a few times. Okay. You guys can do something else while I'm doing this math here. I don't want to hold everybody up.
Does anybody else need anything from here? Or have any
Okay.
questions for the infinite wisdom of Robbie?
Can he make, or is there something around here that would be a good memento for my dear friend Aquila?
Is there something that would be a good memento?
Is there a gift shop at the tech lab?
Can or like like, or maybe like the decayed guardian, like I could somehow rake off some piece that's not like an ancient part, but like is some sort of maybe that.
Actually, I have a good for a memento. I have a good one.
Move.
Robbie in
Yes.
his little hover chair. You watch him sort of zip to the base of the staircase and then zip upstairs on the spiral going up the lighthouse, and disappear upstairs. You hear some clanging and clattering echoing from the opening in the ceiling where the stairs go through to the floors above. And then you hear quiet, and then you watch him descend back down the spiral around. Um, and he brings over to you a perfect scale model of a guardian stalker. However, it is not one that is very hard formed and stands upright. All of the all of the 6 legs that are on it sort of like interlock and hang loose. It's sort of like, you guys know, like those dragons that are available for like 3D printing that like they're sort of, they move and like all the parts interlock and it's just kind of like a little like desk fidget thing. It's kind of like that. And Robbie says that he tells you that he himself made this a very long time ago when he was first studying the Guardians, and he originally did it as sort of like a model for himself, but then he just kind of found the legs to be fun. And he just passes it on to you, to his dear friend Aquila.
Excellent. All right, check. Aquila, check. One down, three to go.
And Jenna, this is equivalent to a +2 short sword, right?
Where is the ancient weapon thing? Yes, +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with these magic weapons. They deal force damage. And the first time on each turn you hit a guardian, you deal additional damage equal to 1 roll of the weapon's damage die.
Perfect.
Ancient slam. Ancient
I'll keep
slam.
that. I'll keep that in mind.
Damn. I wish you'd gotten the blade saw. No
Sorry,
two-handed
made a
weapon
shield.
wielders.
I'm too squishy.
Melee, I should specify. Really, in this party, everybody's got shields.
Sword and board. Sword and
And
board.
Next time around, somebody's gonna have the blade saw. Anyway, you guys wrap up here and then teleport back, I assume, to Riverside? Unless there's something else you guys want to do during the day.
Do we have any shrines in or near Goron City?
Let me see.
I don't remember if there was one there or not.
We didn't really have a
There
chance.
was.
We were there so
You guys did not register any, I don't think, at
Right.
Goron City. You
so
kind of got
this would be
Divine
Tower.
Beast.
Redania.
the tower is the closest one I have. I don't know if have you guys teleported to Redania?
We got Redania.
Okay.
Because we had to go
We
in
had
to save Rudania from destroying everything.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Oh, my D100 of places in Hyrule. I don't remember where Redania ends up.
I mean, okay.
Oh wait, never mind. I do.
Can you do a quick scry on Goron City?
Or I could do that.
Alright, where's my Goron City thing?
I'm ruining Gemma's.
No, I'm good. Lydian, who are you scrying on?
The place, if I can.
Oh, right, you can do a place, right? Okay.
Mhm.
So, Lydian, I don't know if there's a roll if it's a place, right? You get to just do it.
Just put it. You just put your sensor there. Yeah.
Fantastic. Lydian, you focus in on Goron City, and you see it is the afternoon at this point in the day. And what has become of Goron City is that the first thing that you see that is evident is the malice lava hardened all over the place, and the Gorons have sort of began to rebuild using that substance. And you can see a pretty interestingly, like, architecturally constructed, sort of in the process, city where they have this infrastructure that has rerouted the much lessened flow of regular lava that comes from Death Mountain in sort of like these graceful streams that weave down the sloped city. It's very like tiered now. They have a lot of stuff carved out. The buildings themselves are still rudimentary, but you can see that there is a lot of active construction happening. It's almost like there isn't a Goron not involved in this process in some way. Even like some of the Gorons that aren't necessarily built or cut out for sort of carving into these massive hardened rocks, they are grilling rock roasts and sort of just providing other needs for the Gorons that are doing the labor and building this. You see in view throughout like Yunobo and Bogey and just the Gorons that you guys have come to know, just sort of involved in it, like helping. And even though construction still has a long way to go, they have made significant progress. And this sort of new substance that was created with the Malice lava um, is quite pretty. It's got this sort of marble effect to it, and sort of like a porous texture at the same time, sort of like a lava rock. Um, but the Gorons clearly have made it here safely and are making more than the best of with the situation.
Mm-hmm. Am I able to talk with Lorhanan as I'm casting the spell, or is it like a meditative thing?
I imagine you'd be able to verbalize. I don't think you can see Lorhanan, but you're able to
Yeah.
talk and hear. Probably.
I would just say, like,
see why not.
Lorhanan, did you want me to check anything specific around here? I mean, I would describe the scene to him as well, as you just did.
I think Lorhanan would be beaming and tearing up a little bit.
But I would not know that.
No.
Because I'm still in the scry.
How much travel would it take to get from Rodania to New Goron City?
You definitely wouldn't, if you guys teleported there now, you definitely wouldn't get there before the night. You'd probably make it before midday tomorrow.
If you think it's worthwhile, we can make a trip. I mean, we have a little bit of time before the wedding.
Lorhanan wants to get a memento for Lydian in Goron City.
Why for Wait, does I imagine you don't say that out loud, or do you?
Oh, certainly not.
It sounds like you need like a clone of yourself to run to Goron City.
If only. Lorhanan 2 comes back just in time.
That's what it sounds. I mean, I'm no alchemist, but that's what it sounds like to me.
I forgot all about that.
Lorhanan 2 come back and fight Ganon with us.
Also, like, very proud of the Gorons, but it sounds like they're building all of their houses out of asbestos right now.
Akila, you're not there. Shut up.
This is just like
It's beautiful. It's a
it
beautiful
sounds like
moment.
there's gonna be devastating health consequences in like 20 years or something.
Oh,
They're rocks. They can handle it.
the rocks that can handle it.
A little
Got it.
asbestos.
Well, it's
isn't cheap.
asbestos a little bit. It's kind of rocks.
Listen, we can teleport to Redania and get there as best as we can.
Okay. Thanks. I think it would be good for us to see Bogey and etc.
Sure.
And we can tell them about Golong.
Of course.
Oh yeah, we told Galank that everybody died. Well, not really. We told him that it was destroyed.
We told him that everyone was going back.
We did. That's
So
true.
Golong might be there by then. Nah, you know him, Golong. He's gotten
Yeah,
lost
knowing
his
Galank,
life.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Jenna's like, I'm not letting you play him twice.
He,
No, Golong would definitely get on sidetracked.
We need Galank to meet Lorhanan 2, and Ben can have 3 characters.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea to go to Goron City, because it seems like the DM thought about Goron City, huh?
It does seem like the DM thought about Goron City. I mean, thank you. Let's go to Goron City, guys.
Alright, scry
that was
ends.
day 4 in my original plan.
I mean, it's day 3 now, right? Or
Yeah,
day-
but
it is day.
we didn't stick to my original plan. So you guys teleport to Redania. I really do forget where it is, and I can't find it on the interactive map.
I think it's that giant circle.
I also
I think
thought
it's
it was
I think it's right here.
Giant circle. Hang on, I'm not on your screen. I'm
Well, it's
so
not-
many
so that
clicks
giant
away from your
circle-
screen.
that giant circle was where they broke the like caldera or whatever, so lava
Right.
spilled out, right?
I
But
think it
I'm
might
pretty
be-
sure it was somewhere around there.
That's usually where where Rudania sits, I think. Right about there?
Something like that.
Mm. Come on. Trying to look it up online. Wait, is it there? Is it gonna be... Is it this? No. I don't know. Is it where... Do they all end up there? I don't remember. But we'll say it's about a day or less. So like I said, it'll be like midday the next day. So you guys teleport to Redania and begin making your way through the Elden Wilderness, the mountainous terrain of the Elden region. Eventually, night falls, and you guys make a little camp for yourselves. Akila, you reach the end of your third day of crafting, and you find that you are left with 2 legs.
Wow.
Crazy. And are you doing anything, I guess, to pan back to you as you sort of come to the end of your day of work here?
Why, yes, I am actually. I am going to go up and talk to the stable master and hand him 2 letters, one that is addressed to Robbie and one that is addressed to my parents, and I'm going to say, if I do not return in 2 weeks' time, send these letters.
Yeah, yes, of course, I would be honored to. Next time the HPS worker comes by, which will probably be more than 2 weeks from now, given how they function, am I right? I will be sure to do that as you've asked, if I do not see you before then.
Right, before then, and I will go back to my work.
Did Aquila make a will behind our backs?
But yeah, he takes them. You like probably watch to see like what he does with them out of curiosity, and
I
like
do, because
he
they're sealed as well. I do not want them opened.
he opens like a sort of like little combination thing for this like safe that he has, and he opens the door and like pulls out like a file cabinet style thing of like a woven like strigid paper, like an accordion folder basically, and he sort of like does the sort of like file thing and places one in one, but then one couple down from it, and he uses it and shuts the door and locks it.
This guy has an elaborate file system. All right, we appreciate that. This is why he's
Yeah.
the best.
Yep. Now
He's
we
an
understand
A1
why
employee.
it's so soft. Those beds were so soft.
That's
Guys,
right.
I don't know. I just really thought it'd be funny if like it would make too much sense for the letters to be grouped together because they're for the
Oh.
same purpose effectively. But for whatever system this guy has, it's a couple down.
Double down.
That's what my humor's been reduced to after the week I've had. So, anyway, Aquila, you get back to work and eventually grow tired and not wanting to burn yourself out, if that's even possible with this exciting ancient schematic you have. You head off to bed, complete your third day. The rest of you set up a camp. Probably, I don't know. Maybe there's even a nice little hot spring nearby that Natara can enjoy. You know, it's been a minute since she's submerged, though she doesn't need it. It's still
I probably
nice.
would have in Lurlin.
Yeah, that's true. You probably would have
But-
in Lurlin. You probably would have gone for like a nice swim through Deep Town with Avala during that excursion, honestly. But this water is really warm.
She would still
It's very
take any
nice.
opportunity.
And yeah, is there anything you guys are doing tonight? Otherwise, you guys drift off to sleep, likely under the protection of Lydian's little hut, and gain the benefits of a long rest if you've expended any abilities. I'm positive nobody has taken any damage, so that is not a concern. But you all rise the next day, resume actions as you were. Akila, back to your workbench there. You've sort of gotten into a rhythm at the stable here. Daughter, who is like the cook here, has been experimenting slightly in ways that you like just barely notice with breakfast he brings you every day. And like there's just something a little bit different about it every time, and he like watches your first bite just to kind of gauge your reaction, and then he just is like, okay, and like doesn't say anything more than that and doesn't bother you too much. But you notice that like every day it tastes like a little bit better than the day before, marginally.
Listen, I respect this guy. This guy is a scientist. We're both doing experiments. We're both tinkering here. This is I appreciate this.
This stable is honestly Akila's paradise. Like the stable master has a rigid system. There's the scientist.
Everybody has anxiety.
It's right next to the Endless Guardian supply store.
There's the woman who got her arm blown off by a guardian. Like
It's
It's
kind
so
of
good.
paradise. Akila, you think back also to the first time you came to the stable and like how desperate to please Ember was, because just down the road at Wetland Stable is his brother, and you know, in his words, I think to all of you guys when you came as a group, like Mother always liked him better. And so it's clear that over the past year that you have sort of known Ember, even though just as an acquaintance, really, he has made, and he's gone through great pains and great lengths to make the stable experience as good as it can be for everybody. And I don't think it's going unnoticed.
We should give him a raise.
I am gonna make a note of the psychological damage he sustained with his brother and how that has resulted into behavior eerily similar to mine, and sort of file that away for later digestion. But yeah, otherwise he's great.
I'm sorry. Meanwhile, the group of you that are in Ilden enjoy a nice, I don't know, enjoy food. I don't know what you've got, but you guys are pros at surviving anywhere in the wilderness for the most part. So you catch something, you find something, you cook it up, and have a nice meal that reminds you to simpler times when Hyrule Castle was a more distant thought than it is presently. But you guys continue on to Goron City, and sure enough, arrive around midday. And it is exactly as Lydian described, where the infrastructure is really on track here as far as the construction goes. There is scaffolding, there are different sort of like pulleys and ramps, and on all of these surfaces and things, Gorons moving heavy rock materials and carrying tools and just working away. And as soon as you guys are within view of the Gorons, they begin to notice you because you guys are the ones that saved them all. And so it's a small child at first and sees you guys and goes, and then he curls up into a ball and dashes off ahead of you, shouting in like it's like a muffled sort of like sort of noise, but just shouting, "They're here! 11th hour's here!" And you guys enter into town, and from an angle that you Lydian couldn't see in your scry. You see that there is uh, a mural on a cliffside that is actively being worked on. It's only about half done, but you recognize the effigies of you guys being put in it. Though very, very rudimentary, it's unmistakable that there is a Gerudo, a Zora, a Rito, etc. Not even just you guys, a second Rito, because Ionia was there. Like, there's a whole thing of the battle that took not even I wouldn't say it's the battle that took place. It's a very honorific mural of you guys for saving the city. Um, and as that small Goron child rolls around shouting that 11th hour's arrived, the Gorons put down their tools and go towards the center square where there's a bubbling fountain of lava that has been instated. And gather around and sort of rouse you guys with their giant boulderous bodies um, and clapping with their massive Goron hands. You've arrived. This is the warm welcome, warm emphasis on warm, that you guys have longed for from Goron City.
Oh,
Well,
well,
hand-
thank you.
Morhanen is definitely trying to hide the like wet eyes, but he will also take this opportunity to slightly needle Coria about this. Of course. Something along the lines of like, like it was never worth it. Like all that killing and pillaging and all that stuff, like look, it doesn't work.
The battle isn't over yet, Callus.
Yes, it is. It ended months ago.
You still have to face himself at the castle. The day is won, but the war is not yet.
I'm gonna go party with Gorons.
I'm already like singing, like trying to come up with a song like on the spot to like celebrate the Ballad of Goron City, but I'm so like overwhelmed with like emotion and just Goron. I can't even hear it. It's just clacking rock on rock and everything. I'm like, yeah, like I am failing to come up with something, but just everybody's so excited anyway.
I was gonna say I'm gonna, while Lydian's off, I'm gonna try and get a memento for him. Maybe the prettiest geode or something that they've got, or I don't know. Maybe they have something that they've smithed that would work too.
Trying to think. I'll get back to that. We'll say that for now. As you're trying to peel off to find that, you're stopped. You see that there is a sort of mid-sized Goron, with like two pigtails, like tufts of hair, that come out from either side. But that's like the only hair on their head. So it's sort of an odd hairstyle, but not very out of place for a Goron. Sort of stops you and with like a very big hand and says, "Brother, wait. We've made something for you," and like kind of looks down at a smaller Goron. And they hand you, Lorhanan, this handmade sash that has all sorts of like the Goron like motifs woven into it. It's a very lightweight material, and not too dissimilar from the sort of material that they themselves wear as sashes and like loincloths and everything. And it's very, very pretty. And the smaller Goron says, "It's for under your belt. That's how we typically wear those."
I'm gonna wrap it around my waist and continue crying, obviously.
uh, Matara, you're approached by a Goron. This Goron, though very average size for a Goron, large, similar in size, like height-wise to you, has like noticeably smaller hands on average for a Goron, and says, "Brother, I have something for you," uh, and unwraps sort of this arrow. It's a single arrow that this Goron has made, but on the end of it is a vial, a jar, and you take it in your hands and sort of like examine it, and as you do, there's a material in the jar that sort of like sifts as you change like the level of the arrow, and the arrow itself is it's not like a wood arrow, as most of them are. Wood obviously is not conducive in this environment. It is, however, a very fine like metal dowel that has been like a rod that's been smithed, and on the end, a jar of Goron spice. You have a Goron spice arrow that this Goron has made for you.
That is so
I
cool.
love that.
Might be
Oh,
like
I have
a
no idea what that it means, but
No,
might
but
be
it's
like a
so
next
good.
next attack has disadvantage or something like that, or like blinds the target, something like that. I
I'm
don't know.
gonna tell you what it does, because I have it written here, and I don't think I've written it anywhere else, and I will forget where I told you you had this. So, it is effectively a fire arrow, but also there's a DC 13 con saving throw for the target that it hits against blindness for a round. So,
Hmm.
not the craziest thing in the world, but still a fun little thing that this Goron has made specifically for you. And let's see what
Play him
else.
again and won't know what hit him.
Um, ooh, Inari. There
Yes.
is a Goron that is really like, the Gorons are very round. This Goron is wider than they are tall. uh, they are a very wide Goron, and they have a lot of
they're
hair
so
for a Goron.
Oh.
Look, this isn't a video game, okay? I'm not using a model, like a singular model that I'm slightly modifying for every single race. I can have fun and make Gorons be as oblong as I want them to be. Uh,
yes.
this Goron presents to you, Inari, a
Mhm.
decorative set of pauldrons uh, that are smithed. They have sort of like this ruggedness to them that seems intentional and very cool. Like they aren't like pristine in the way that like Gerudo armor is painstakingly made. Like you can recall back at home so many, especially because you I think helped. No, I think Akila helped, but Keela probably told you from helping at the smith shop in Gerudo Town, and you from being a guard yourself know that any imperfections in armor they just get smelted back down and they try again. This
Mhm.
it's almost sort of embracing the imperfection and emphasizing it because that's what makes it beautiful. And on the face of the pauldrons there is a Goron motif as well. And it doesn't go with your armor, but boy, is it beautiful all the same.
Oh, it's so cool. That is so neat. I think Inari would really appreciate this. So, she she's impressed by this Goron's stature, but then after she takes the Goron in, she's gonna smile and she'll say thank you, and she'll make a show of like putting the pauldrons on, like in that moment, like taking her current ones off and like swapping them out. Like flex her arms briefly, like just kind of admire them. That's sick. I'm gonna add that to her sheet.
Lydian, probably the smallest Goron you've ever seen, and you guys have seen all of the Gorons because you saved all the Gorons. Literally the smallest Goron you've ever seen hugs at the sash at your waist, and you sort of like look down and see just the smallest little thing, and their voice is still unusually low for the creature's size. And they say, "Hey, mister." Mr.
Hello.
Lydian, I found something, and I sort of, here. And he he gives you what you think at first is a rock. But you realize that, no, this small Goron has sort of, carefully, like, whittled and chipped the rock in such a way that it is this rudimentary ocarina. uh,
Oh my god.
it's a little bit smaller than, I believe you have an ocarina technically, Lydian, but it's a little bit smaller than the one you have, and you take it in your wings and go to like play a couple notes, and it is like just this higher register for than is typical for an ocarina, and rather than having that like sort of like woody tone of the ocarina that you possess. I don't even know. I think it's a clay one that actually Solella made for you. So instead of that sort of like reverberation that is normal sounding to your ear from that, it sort of has this. Even though it's higher pitched, like this depth to it, as if the air that's being blown into it is just hitting more surfaces inside before exiting through the open, uncovered holes. So it's a very unique sound, and could be a very beautiful thing to play if you have any songs.
What is the material again? Is it like, what did you say it was? Just like
It's like a
ceramic or
rock.
something?
It's like a rock, like sort of like a marbly rock. Not the same that they're building with, but it just seems like it's a rock he found and made something for you.
Cool. Rock arena.
And as you guys sort of like, you know, you're all in the square there, and you kind of like turn to each other with what you have. There's a couple other Gorons that come over, and they're like, well, where's our other brother? Where's Aquila?
Oh, she is currently putting together an elaborate project. She can't be disturbed from her work, but I mean, obviously she's still our friend and in our party and everything. She's safe and sound, just busy.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a good thing, because maybe she can use some of these. And there are 3 Gorons that are carrying armfuls of, I shouldn't say armfuls. For them, it's just more like handfuls of guardian parts. And the Goron that's speaking to you sort of says, "We found these while excavating. I think some of those guardian things got caught up in the lava and didn't really make it out." And so they have some parts to offer.
Cool.
Guardians do not survive lava.
I
Good
didn't
to
know
know.
you were gonna have all the parts, Keela. I just wrote that. I'm sorry that you don't have a cool little unique thing like the others. I couldn't come up with anything.
I mean, this is what I get for. I didn't even show up, so I don't even. I don't
That's
deserve
also,
a good gift.
I did also write it that you weren't gonna be there. I figured they'll go back and give Aquila more parts. She could use them.
The
Do you
Gorons.
want us to pick up the parts now and just like we can add them to our inventory, or later? Jenna.
I didn't decide how much they were gonna be. I was just gonna roll for each of them like I normally do.
Okay.
So, I mean, we could do it right now, so then we can just have it.
Sure.
I was going to do a full guardian of each thing. So, Aquila, one giant ancient core, as it goes, and then 2 ancient cores, and then 3 ancient shafts.
That would have been enough.
We gotta go right back.
We gotta
Gotcha.
go to Robbie's again.
6 ancient gears, 11 ancient springs, and 17 ancient screws.
I don't know if the Collins want us to go back. though.
Matt, you just hold
What?
on. You keep messing. I changed it in the master list, and then down
Oh.
here I was just copying the value.
Oh.
I'm afraid I don't want to do all the. I don't want to double the Did you change the values there?
I
Earlier?
changed the values here earlier. Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
do you remember how much you spent now?
Well, it was 6 ancient arrows and 1 ancient short sword, but like, why are there 3 lists with the ancient parts?
Maybe like when
How
you.
many different Excel references do we need in this sheet?
Well, maybe when you click on a cell, you could see that it's referencing a different value instead of just
All right, Jen, we'll
erasing
bring
it
we'll bring
immediately.
it through, I think.
It's fine. We're
I
not going
don't
to spend
know.
any guardian parts anyway. It doesn't matter.
I
No.
think it's spent. I think it's spent.
This is a good gift from them, but this is we're gonna re-gift it next time
Thanks,
it's Christmas.
Thanks, Goro.
But I don't know. Do you guys want to talk to Bogey or Yunobo specifically? I'll give you the option. Otherwise, you guys just kind of party with the Gorons for the day.
I think.
Just here to party and get the memento.
Yeah. I can't think of anything else we would do here.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, we talked to Bogey during the party.
I mean, I'm asking, like, do you want to, like, do you have
No.
anything to interact for? Okay. Forgive the blunt transparency. Again, I'm dead inside.
No.
Okay. So, yeah, you guys join the Gorons. They sort of take a holiday of sorts and end work early on, like a half day sort of thing. And you guys sort of, they a couple of them bring over some, like, flat rocks that you can sit at. And they put on a giant rock roast feast. And then a couple of them, as you eat, they sort of get up on like a higher rock and do sort of like a classic Goron performance of a rock and a hard place. You know, the classic Goron play.
Go
And
on,
it's
what's the
entirely
plan?
in Goron, so
It is
only you
entirely in Goron. It's in the
Yeah.
original Goron.
Jenna, what's the play about?
Do you speak Goron?
No, but they should be able to convey through their medium.
I mean, Lydian, there's a a lot. There's not a lot going on. There's 2 Gorons that are playing multiple characters in different scenes. Like, it starts out as 2 main characters, and they sort of go onward through the adventure that they have. But then eventually they get stuck. And you kind of
get
lose
out. Did I get
you
out,
kind of
Jenna?
you kind of lose the plot from there. It kind of gets to
Help me,
be
Step
more
Goro.
I don't know what the word is. Hyperbolic? I don't know what the word is. I the last English class I took was a long time ago. Anyway,
A little more
yeah,
abstract, maybe.
you kind of lose the plot as you're unable to speak Goron, but Lorhannon able to speak Goron and understand it. Inari, Natara, either of you able?
No.
I can speak Goron.
Okay. Natara, you find the whole thing to be moving and delightful. Lorhannon, you're trying not to cry again. Their performance and the delivery, really, of the dialogue is what gets you.
I am not explaining to Lydian what's going on because I'm too busy explaining to Coria what's going on.
She's gotta know.
And at the end, give a standing O and be like, imagine what you would have wiped out. But the Gorons are stronger than that.
They persevered because they're so strong.
Coria's just like, if only. I hate the rock people, Callus.
Rock me.
Oh
So-
my gosh.
If Lorhan was more diabolical right now, he would try and get the Gorons to engage in a competition to try and break the Coria sword.
Does she feel pain?
I
Has it been
have no idea.
established?
I don't know, but
Okay.
I'm not feeling diabolical. I'm feeling much more like joy and happy mushy feelings. So
Thank you for stalling Jenna for a little bit. I needed a little bit more time to put in all the ancient parts that I messed up before. So I figured I would send you on a tangent.
Do you like the name? I came up with that on the spot. I didn't know what my mouth was saying before the words came out.
a rock and a hard place.
You seem to get stuck.
Don't worry, they got at the end. I will say, Lee, don't worry, they got it out. In case
But,
you couldn't tell.
I'd like to think that like it's more of like a discussion piece of like, did they get out, or were they supposed to, or were they always meant to
Right.
be stuck between a rock and a hard place?
It's like Inception.
And it's both a physical stuck and like a mental and emotional stuck. Like that's what really.
Was it a musical or a drama?
It was a dramatic performance, and I think that you guys that like the two of you that are able to experience it kind of are easily able to see like into this is so stupid, see into like the potential, like the metaphors, and like what did they intend, and what actually happened, and like you're able to like see that easily as like somebody just like viewing a movie, and it's just like, oh, that's obvious, that's like, you're not meant to know, you're meant to talk about it. The Gorons take this play at face value.
I love the Gorons so much.
This is the most emotional I've seen Lorhannon in like
Oh,
ages
Lorhannon?
too.
Lorhannon is barely holding it.
Oh my gosh.
Like, and it's like swings from like overjoyed to like so overjoyed that he gets overwhelmed, right? Like,
Oh.
like I can't believe how lucky we all are, and like.
Oh.
That is, oh my gosh, so sweet.
Can I, after the show is done, can I talk to the like the director of the performance and basically ask, like, thank them, shake their hand, and say, like, hey, listen, me and my friend like really loved the show and everything. We were wondering, like, how adaptable is it? We can write songs for it if you want a musical adaptation. I need something to do after I, defeat that guy, and I point to the castle. I could write a musical.
Totally like kind of ignoring half of what you said. The Goron that directed the play says, "Oh no, brother, this is an ancient Goron play. I just brought it to life in my own idea of what I think the original intent behind the play was.
That's so fucking hardcore. I love it.
Or Gorons.
He is a rock. They don't know how to do anything any other way.
They are not soft.
I feel like the guy, the inspector in SpongeBob, where he's like, "You, sir, are a true artist."
Man, all this time I'm trying to come up with a memento that's as good as the little guardian.
We're all
with
just
the
stalling for
inner-
various things.
Well, look what
None
we've
of us want
created.
to be present right now.
Look at what we've created. Oh my god.
This is the perfect like encapsulation of what Goron City ought to be, though. It's just like everyone is just like getting distracted and like
Yeah. Nobody's staying on task at all. Like, we're here to give Aquila time, and then we have all like just procrastinated other things within this thing, and like even in the game, like Jenna is like, "Oh, I need to buy time to do this," and I'm like, "Oh, thanks, I needed to buy time to do this."
and
What are we doing here?
the reason they procrastinate so much is because the Gorons can't help but do everything like full on, right? So it's like as soon as we show up, they're like, "We are throwing the biggest party you've ever seen." Right? We are having the most dramatic play. Like,
Okay. I have an idea for a memento that you can encounter Lorhannon. I think that later on, before sunset, you do peel off from the festivities in search of a memento, and you find this like it's a junkyard as much as it is just like a general debris pile, um, and it's just things that it's mostly rocks that have just been found and maybe people set aside with more intention than it's just rubbish and should be disposed of. And you find this really interesting rock. And it's interesting because somebody clearly like cored into the rock to sort of like get a read in like the depth somewhere. So clearly the Gorons have some kind of like coring device to be able to do this, which is canon now. But you find this one piece of rock broken off from whatever the full depth that they had cored, but you can see like the different layers that have sort of been created in the natural formation of the earth in Eldin over time. You can see like even at the very surface level, above like that malice like rock, there is like a thin layer of something else, and just different layers of lava formed earth and just rock that has sort of sedimented itself in different spots over time. It's not very deep. It's probably like about 18 inches, but it's not super wide either. It's probably got like a, I don't know, 2.5 inch diameter. It's just like this nice sort of like solid piece of almost like earthy artwork. And you feel like, there's something here that Lydian would appreciate in its beauty, and like the edge of it too from the coring process is sort of this like polished finish. So
Yeah.
it's very, very pretty. But you guys enjoy the rest of your time here at Goron City. As Ben described, the Gorons just full on do the things that they're doing, and you guys just have a blast chatting with the Gorons that thank you and tell you funny stories about their journey from the Forgotten Temple back to Eldin, and just all sorts of things that they think to tell you, even not relevant. And we can take a break here as sort of like partying goes on, the night winds down, and we will come to the end of Akila's 4th day of building. So, because we're about 2 hours in. So, meet back in a little bit.
Sounds
All right, back to the main screen. So, you guys spend the night partying it up with the Gorons and then find rest among the rocky beds that they have made for themselves as they rebuild their city. And you go and rest after an exhausting time because oh man, full Goron force for that party. Meanwhile, on the other side of Hyrule, not really same side, just like centrally located. Akila, you finish up your fourth day. You've got two more legs as you complete another schematic. Uh, you know, 4 days down, only two to go. Two more for this part. Uh, and things are coming along. The legs are looking good shape. There's four of them. And you sort of at the very end of the day, and this is where you call it a night, interlock them into the big body you had made on the first 2 days. Uh, and with that, you go back into the canopy, and all of you, if you expended anything today, I'm pretty sure nobody really did, but you get it back because long rest rules. And you all rise the next day. Aquila, Goddard prepares a slightly improved version of the same breakfast you've had every morning. Um, watches for your expression, and he seems a little bit more pleased with himself today as you head back to work.
There has to be an upper bound for this. This cannot be like continual growth. It's not possible.
I mean, like, every day, like, it's like there's something changed. Like, it's not like it's just better, just outwardly, like his technique has gotten better. It's more so like a flavor change that makes all of it more appealing to you. And however that may be, whether it's, you know, added spice and then less spice and then, a more, I don't know, a different kind of seasoning or something like that. It just changes slightly and it works better and better every day. Um, Meanwhile, the rest of you awake in Goron City. The Gorons, not wanting to take another day from their hard work, head back to building the city. Where do you guys want to go? And you're also welcome to, instead of traveling as a foursome, go to other places as well.
That's true. I do have my own teleportation.
Do we want to? Well, I guess we can't really split up besides Natara.
Somebody can go with Natara. It's like
I
she's
can
casting
take
the
you.
same thing. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I think logistically, because are you only able to do that once per day?
Yes, because
Nope.
it's a 5th level spell.
Oh, no.
So I think logistically, whatever it is Sheikah Slate teleport to wherever Natara is going, drop Natara and whomever else off. Sheikah Slate teleport to secondary location, and then regroup back at Riverside via Natara teleportation and Sheikah Slate teleportation.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the sake of expediency, I have one thing that I want to do just by going to a bunch of different random teleportation spots. What are the 4 most populated areas that we know of Hylian specifically?
Of Hylians.
It's Hateno, Kakariko, like one of the stables maybe,
Lorlin.
Lorlin.
Tabitha.
Maybe.
Okay, and Tabitha. Can I say that I like warp to those 4 places, and with my 4 remaining pieces of paper, can I make like lost dog signs and hang them up there?
Oh yeah. What do you do for contact purposes for it? If somebody should see the sign and recognize their dog.
It's a good question. I mean, I guess just like send a letter to Lydium. Like, letters got to be the. This will probably have to be after the castle or something. But like, it's not like I could do like a.
Yeah.
No, because they can't like sending. They can't send the sending spell or anything. So I have no idea. Probably letter.
It just says find a way to contact Lydian of 11th hour.
Yeah, essentially.
I want to go with Lydian at the very least when he goes to Tabitha and get a memento for Inari in
Yeah. So Lydian and Lorhannon have their mission. Natara and Ari, do you guys have a separate mission you would like to do?
Nari's ready to link up with Natara if Natara needs to go somewhere.
I don't think I do. I was just kind of like arrows and get all of the teleportation, which canonically takes like no more than an hour because it's like a minute per place. So,
Hmm.
anything else?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
and
mean,
Zavala, obviously.
okay.
We could do an Ari Natara beach day.
That would be so much
Just go back
fun.
to Ireland.
Yeah, I mean, Inari's supposed to go to Lorland on vacation like a million months ago, so that's actually like great. Yeah, I think it's a beach day.
Actual beach episode.
code.
All right. So, Lydian and Lorhannon, you guys drop off, so to speak, Natara and Inari in Lorland City, and then you guys teleport over to the tower in Tabantha, um, on the other side of Hyrule. You guys teleport to the tower and you see that not only has I think last time you were here, the tower had completed construction. It is more like a lookout post than a tower that matches the Sheikah Tower. But impressive nonetheless. There's a thick coating of snow that is on top of the tower that you can see, that seems pretty fresh, and there are flurries falling as well. And you look down below, and you see that the brewery that was debris and under construction when you first arrived at this place, and on subsequent times as well, had been in the works for new foundation and everything, uh, has visually been completed as far as the structure goes. And you can see the top of it covered in snow, as well as all of the other buildings in this little Tabantha village. What would you guys like to do?
I mean, I think.
First, we're asking everyone in town if if the sacred realm is their dog. First things
Yeah,
first.
no, I would say I think that's pretty much it. It would just be like, "Hi, how's it going? I don't know if I saw you before or anything, but is this your dog?" Or like I would just hold the dog up. Like, "Is this your dog?"
Lydian, give me a perception check.
12.
Lydian, you look for the dog and try and search and like catch that glimpse from the corner of your eye like you had once before. You don't see any sign of the dog.
Can I do the same thing? And maybe instead of bananas this time, I'll give it like I don't know. We do have. I don't know. I don't want to poison the dog, but I don't know what to feed it. Like like warm saflina or something. Like
Whatever object that you find and um use prestidigitation to put a scent on, and you hold it out. Nothing comes to you.
do I still catch that glimmer in my eye though?
You do not. That's what I was saying. Like, you try and look for it, but you
Oh.
can't see it.
I would still put up the lost dog sign that I intended to, I think, in like whatever the inn or the most populated building is.
Yeah, yeah. You post it up, um, and you know the people of Tabantha that you guys encounter look at it, and they're like, one of the I don't remember any of their names because this was so long ago, and I'm not going to try and find it now. But one of the women, uh, the gruff burly women of Tabantha that are Tabantha tough, kind of like tilts her head and she's like, "What? Should I have the right colors?
What is that?
This doesn't look like a Hylian retriever. I mean, like it does, but why is it all like pink and colorful?"
Well, I mean, well, I guess would Lydian know that the sacred realm caused the effects on the dog, and it looked like a normal dog before?
I don't think you can say that for certain.
Okay, that's fine. Then I would have, because if I knew that, I would have drawn it like a normal dog, obviously, but without the various like fairy effects. But
Mhm.
um, yeah, I would describe the details of the dog or anything and say like
Mhm.
collarless and that sort of stuff. Uh, and I would respond to this woman and just say like, hey, listen, um, yeah, sorry to bug you or anything, but has anybody in town lost a dog or anything? I only have 4 of these posters, so if nobody has, maybe I can hang it up somewhere else.
I mean, I think all of our dogs are accounted for. I can ask, but I'm pretty sure all of our hunting dogs are accounted for. None of them really look like that.
Do you guys have lumber, by the way?
Of course we do. Of
Isn't that do you have any paper?
course we do.
How much paper are you willing to sell me?
She'll sell you. I don't know. You probably get like 2 sheets per rupee.
Okay, I'll burn like 15 rupees, put us at an even 300 and 2 sheets
Three,
per
third,
rupee. Okay, so
30,
30
30.
30 pieces of paper. Yeah. So, I'll just, you know, if nobody here has lost a dog, I'll go all around Hyrule, put up posters.
Mhm. So Lydian, you're having this interaction with her. Lorhannon, I think you kind of go into I forget the setup here. I was saying to Matt during the break, like my memory for this game is not existent today. I cannot recall things. But I think there was a tavern and you go inside and I don't know if it was of notice to you before, but they do have an extensive collection of very impressively carved tankards. Um, all wood, all like, hand spun and then hand carved with very intricate details. Um, what one catches your eye? What sort of motifs or imagery would you be drawn to for Inari?
Um, I would be looking for one that like somewhat reminds me of the River of the Dead.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. There is one that has these sort of wavy patterns to it in the line work um, that really kind of give river. Um, but it also has, I'm trying to think of like Inari things uh, that feel apt. Uh, Man, my brain is blank. It's got
Yeah.
these lines, this line work. Um, it sort of stems from the handle. It all seems to flow from the handle, which is carved with the most detail and looks like it's a where it falls and connects with the tankard. it looks like a waterfall, and it looks like the water sort of spreads from that point and wraps around the tankard. And along with that also has sort of the mark of the brewery, that what was it called? Tabitha Ale or something like that. I think so. Uh, it comes from, and the bottles of it that you guys have seen in taverns like the Shut Eye Inn, that symbol is on the front of it as well. Or I guess indeed, like the side of it for the front of it. Um, that's what it is.
Do I have to pay for it, or they just
Yes. It costs 45 rupees.
right?
And
um,
you make your purchase and head back outside and join Lydia.
yes. Is Emia happen to be home right now, or
Oh
she?
yeah, that's right. Um,
Not to get my good friend Lydian into any
you know what?
but
I'd say, Lorhannon, you go to purchase the tankard, and a unusually small frame for this town comes from down behind the bar and says, "Oh, I'm sorry. Um, yeah, hi. What are you're looking to buy one of these?" Sure. And like she's sort of just like unexpected to see a visitor, but I don't think she'd recognize you, actually.
I don't think she would
I was
either.
about to, and then I was like, wait, I don't think she would know what you look like. And she's like, yeah, of course. That'll be 45 rupees. Thanks.
All right. I leave the shop,
She is
and
here.
I do not tell Lydian about it.
Ooh. Yeah. You guys leave the shop, reconvene, and then head off to your next destination. Meanwhile, cross Hyrule, Inari and Natara meet up with Avala, and you guys, Avala is like, yeah, I'm absolutely down for another beach day. Are you kidding? Um, and you guys go pick up food, and I'd say Avala is like, hold on, I gotta make a stop real quick. And she leads you over to your own shop, Natara. And she's like, hang on, wait here. And she goes in, and a moment later comes back out, and she's got two poles and some kind of net. And you guys head over to the beach, and she sets up effectively a volleyball net. And is like, I think you had this idea a long time ago, probably, but I figured it'd be fun for the next time you came. Give us something else to do on the beach. Um, and she probably would set it up like in the water a little bit too. So it's just kind of
Mhm.
like, you guys can play in like the shallow water and everything. And the three of you have a beach volleyball game.
Oh my gosh, that is perfect.
With a
Ari
This
net.
has
is
to be so good.
It's
I like honestly, yeah, like Inari's got like 6 strength. Like I imagine like sometimes she spikes the ball way too hard on accident, like
You
just
can
like
reach anything.
yeah, it's Natara Avala against Inari, just purely due to her physicality and athleticism. Inari, give me an athletics check.
I kind of hope she was this because it would be way funnier if she did. Let me see if my shit. Okay, we're all good. So
And
strength,
actually, Natara, give me
athletics.
one too.
Let me make sure. All
I
right,
do think I
normal.
am proficient in athletics, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything since I'm proficient in
How
dex save.
often how often do
Doesn't
you
work
think
very well.
people roll athletics
Oh my
checks
god, I
for
Lucky.
actual sports?
Oh my gosh.
I didn't mean to roll at disadvantage.
That's
You
a nat-
crit? Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
Seriously. Of course Natara crits.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
And I
my
had
god.
29
And
too.
Ariana
Like,
29.
Yeah, I have
still
29.
loses your team.
You guys
Fastest
begin
block ever.
you guys begin volleying back and forth, and it gets kind of competitive and pretty intense. And eventually, you don't notice that Avala has sort of like backed away because she's gotten kind of scared of the balls coming from the other side. But Natara, your instinctive protective abilities, like you just kind of are constantly like making sure that the hardest spikes from Inari never hit Avala. You always get in the way before she can, and hit right back over. And at one point, Inari winds up. It's the perfect lob, and she jumps in the air, the perfect spike position, like knees bent, arm outstretched, and she goes and spikes it down. And this plays out almost in like slow motion when it's coming down and it's coming down. But Natara, you, instead of backing up to receive, run up to the net and jump up vertically to block, and block it you do, and the ball uh, meets your hands with such force that it just kind of, instead of like like redirecting back into the air, it ricochets off your hands into the ground really hard on Inari's side. Uh, and you guys see that the ball has completely burst and deflated from the force of Inari's hit and Natara's block.
Dang, we ruined volleyball. We ruined it. That is, oh my gosh, yeah. Inari would just like this is the most fun Inari's had in a while. Like she's like grinning. She'll like run over and give Natara a high five. Like give the whole gang a high five. Um, yeah, this is what I was thinking when I was thinking I was gonna leave Gerudo Town and go on vacation. Like this is what I expected. It only took multiple near-death experiences, but I
After
think
all
having
this
this
time.
moment, yeah, it's been really like thank you for taking me, Natara. This has been super fun.
But you guys pack up from the beach after watching the sunset and then head into the town to enjoy the nightlife. You go to a like a sort of popping bar somewhere just to hang out and experience sort of like the city life here. Um, and effectively the city life here, it's like you're at a Margaritaville. Um, because it is Lorelin after all. So you guys enjoy the beautiful sea breeze, and I guess what would it be over here on this side? I'm trying to think of what fruits are over here. I think no, Volt fruits. Does Volt fruit grow just on the cacti? Oh man, I forget what fruit exists in this world. Uh, you know
there's
what?
definitely bananas as we learned the
Yeah.
You got pina coladas, palm fruit, and mighty bananas that you guys can enjoy. There you go. Thank you, Katie.
I just remember I was like, wait a second, we lured the Yiga way to
I
collect
was trying to think
bananas
of
after we had
some kind
gotten
of
all of them.
yeah, I was trying to think of some kind of fruit for margaritas, but like I have hydromelon margaritas as like a thing in the world. That's like the margarita drink, but you guys sip some cool mighty pina coladas and enjoy the evening. Meanwhile, Lydia and Lorhannon, earlier in the day, you guys head to the next spot on your list, which is
We'll just go to like Kakariko.
go to
We don't have
Kakariko.
a teleport to Hateno at all, so
What is that? Oh, we don't have a teleport spot in Hateno whatsoever. Okay.
Here, I can also pull
That's
up.
frustrating because I feel like that is
This is what I've got.
probably more likely to be the.
yeah, that's definitely where the most Hylians live.
Yeah. How
That's-
far is
you
it?
know,
Is it travel to like the nearest spot? to
You
Hateno?
guys have the tower that's somewhat near there, but that, I mean, you can both fly, right? Or do you not have the boots? Okay.
You don't have the
Um,
boots.
Yeah, it's like a
Hmm.
day. It's like a day from the tower to get to Hateno. But you can go to Kakariko. Sure thing. You post up signage, not only in the tavern, but a couple of the businesses around let you guys hang your signs. And Jorak sees you guys hanging one of the signs, and he's like, My buds, I'm so happy to see you back in Kakariko.
I'm
What
going to
the?
I'm gonna blast past Jorak. I don't care. I go talk to Impa as well and tell her that the Hero of Time is like alive.
I'm pretty
I
sure
mean,
you guys,
we
you
have
guys
to
brought
be
her.
here.
Yeah.
You brought him here.
We brought Jorak here.
Here, you brought Link
No.
here.
Oh, Link. Oh, Link. Okay, I was like,
We
Holy
just kind of
fuck.
skipped over that part because there was, beach volleyball and Goron plays and
Sure.
things to happen otherwise.
Do
Yeah.
we run into Des at all? And is she weird about it?
Yeah, you guys run into Des. It's like, the middle of the day at this,
Can't
or
lie to
early morning.
Aw.
She is moving through town. It seems like she's heading probably from her office at the barracks to say one of the entrances to town to speak with somebody that you guys catch her in the street, and she's like, "Hey, Lydian, Lorhannon, good to see you guys. What brings you back to Kakariko so soon?"
Rander?
Yeah, we're actually doing a lot of like little wrap up tasks, tying up some loose ends. We're hanging up signs for a lost dog around. Do you know if anybody in town's lost a dog?
Most people in town don't keep dogs. It's the cuckoos that are the reason why they don't really get along with the
You-
Hylian retrievers.
Do you guys have a close relationship with Hateno or no?
Yeah, I mean, like, not bad.
Do you mind delivering some of these flyers to the town? We think maybe a Hylian person lost their dog.
Oh, that's nice. Let me just. Whoa, does the dog look like this? Or did you take some artistic liberties? I mean, the picture's beautiful.
I mean, yeah. I don't think I did, but it's the person will recognize their dog. I feel like it's all in the face.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, all you guys have is important business, so I'll have a runner take this first thing tomorrow.
Thanks, Des.
Yeah, no problem. So anyway, I'm gonna it was good to see you guys. And she not so gracefully leaves. Or tries to, at least, unless you guys are stopping her.
No.
No, I don't feel like prying.
It is a little bit odd, but it's not like anything that would raise a red flag.
She didn't like awkwardly be like, "Is Inari here with you?"
You guys both have really high insight. She did kind of, when you guys came over and she was like, "Oh, Lydia and Lorhannon," kind of like look around past you a little bit.
Look up. Anybody around?
But at this point, you guys stop to talk to her for a minute. Jorak has caught up, and he's like, "Yeah, so like this dog that is in the pictures, that's pretty wild."
Yeah, I doubt you would know any person that is missing a dog.
I mean, no, I don't. But I know people who can turn into dogs. And also, the picture that you have, the dog has like those like head thingies, and he does like a weird sort of like finger gesture on his head. Kind of reminds me a bit of Jorak Jr.
Yeah.
He's got
we
the
did
head
find-
thingies too.
We did, yeah, the Franz. We did find this dog in the spirit realm, so, or in the sacred realm, so that would make sense.
Bronze. Where? Sorry. I was thinking
Sacred
about that
realm.
word.
We found this dog. Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Do you know if how a dog might have been able to wander into the spirit or into the sacred realm like this? Because the only way that we could get through was through a very complicated gate. So
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
I don't know too much about how to get in there, but if you guys, who are like the coolest people in all of Hyrule, had to jump through some hoops to get in to the Sacred Realm, however you did that, I feel like it'd be pretty tough for a dog to do that. They're not very smart, and they don't
yeah,
have
he,
thumbs.
he just told us the answer. This is not a dog. This is a person who is potentially now permanently a dog.
Oh,
Hmm.
Thanks, Jarak.
You guys want to come hang out, or you got more things you got going on?
Jorak, here's a rat for your troubles.
Oh, sweet, a rat. I'm gonna name you Jorak.
I swear to God, if you say junior.
I was gonna say senior.
No, he's Jorak Senior. That doesn't make any sense.
Oh my.
that makes it
he,
better.
he takes the rat and goes away from.
Okay, so this dog
That's my favorite character.
Jorak
was
is
a
so good.
person lost in the spirit realm. Maybe they got lost in the lost woods or something? No, that doesn't make any sense. Can I fuck. Can I go to Kakariko? I'm gonna go like into one of the shops and buy incense. And
Okay.
can I cast legend lore on the dog? Is it of legendary
Yeah.
importance? I doubt it, but I don't know.
You buy how much what's the monetary value? Because it
Oh
would be
fuck.
I just do it equivalent
God.
in
Oh,
rupees
we're
per
out of
shot.
money.
We have $300. Hold on, we might not be able to buy it.
We
I
have
think it's 250.
255.
I think you need 250
We
gold.
have 255.
I don't
We have
remember.
255. We have 5 rupees left.
Can he feed
Whatever,
the
we're-
dogs around again? If the dog's
That's
there,
right.
you can cast it for
We're
free.
spending 200. We're spending almost all of our remaining rupees to figure out what is up with this dog.
Jenna, can I
250.
like see if I can see the dog around me or something?
Give me a perception check.
Come on. 17.
Lydian, you look about, and this time you are like a bit more focused on what you were looking for, and you can say with certainty that the dog is not there with you.
Can I use the crystal ball to cast scrying on the dog before I spend the money?
Mm-hmm. Hold on. Scry is wisdom. Okay.
The DC 17 with the crystal ball.
You scry on the dog. You know, you know the creature that you're scrying on, and they are a creature, and you see at this point in the day, because it is earlier, you see beach, you see ocean, you see a net, and you see Natara and Inari and Natara's sister all playing some kind of game using a ball above the net. And you
They're
can give
having
me
fun without us.
you can give me another
You do.
perception check.
Can I? No, I can't fudge this whatsoever. I got a 9.
What's weird is you don't see the dog, but this is the image that you see.
My dog detector must be whacked out. Okay. So that's weird. I don't see the dog, but I just see like the beach scene. Is it following anything, my scry, since I'm scrying on the creature?
It's still. Your view is still. If not like as if you are not entirely focused on the game. You can see the game. You can kind of like the centering of the scry is a little bit off. Like it's a little bit off to the side of the game that they're playing.
And this isn't any sort of indication that the dog went back to the other plane, correct? Or like it would have like fizzled out or like changed.
If
I
the
forget if
dog
you
was
can
on the
scry.
other plane, I don't think you'd be able to see it.
Correct. Yeah. So it is on this plane. It's just maybe invisible or
And
something.
I think, hang on, I should also see. At some point, because you're watching for a couple minutes, I'd say you're confused enough that you're trying to figure out what's going on. You're watching for a couple minutes. The view sort of begins to move a little bit, as if there's some kind of movement, but just after doing so, your scry does cut out.
The hell? Okay. I think we can. Maybe we zip to Lorelin and just catch up with everybody to see if we can find this dog.
No, you can't break the timeline. Actually, they're so engrossed in their game, it's fine.
No. I don't even know. Laurelin's gigantic. We would never find the one. Like,
But they're by the beach. The beach isn't huge.
The beach is huge.
the beach
Okay.
is huge.
All right. We'll just go on to the next place then. See who because we gotta find the dog and we gotta find who owns the dog. Or I
Bring
guess
on.
nobody owns the dog. If this is a person. So if a person travels to the sacred realm and stays there for too long, they become like a fey creature like that. You think? Is that war?
Happened to you?
Can I use my fey insights to see if that's real?
I mean, Lorhanon's right. It did happen to you. But I don't know if you, being Fae, have any specific insights into the nature of this creature.
Damn.
Especially since it's not with you.
All right. Next location then.
Where?
Let's go to. Where else haven't we been? I guess like Tabantha, Hateno, Kakariko. I don't know. Can we just go to various stables or something?
I was gonna say, I mean, the other place on your list is the largest place with the Hylian population.
Oh,
That
Lorelin.
is where you would have gone.
Yeah, okay, I forgot about Lorelin. Yeah, let's go to Lorelin then.
You guys go to Lorelin. You post some. Well, let's go to Lorelin. That's like one of the best city maps I've ever made. So good. So much time spent. You guys go to Lorelin. You go ahead and you post some up at the academy, and the marketplace, and even outside of the like the city watch area, that building that they have there. Thinking, I mean, it's effectively a police station. Posting for lost things. I think there you even find some other signs for some like lost and missing possessions and pets and things. But yeah, you guys spend, I'd say, a good amount of time because of the scale of Lorland City posting up flyers around here if you choose to.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So you do that. Anything else you really want to do today?
For me, no.
Anything else for today from anybody? I guess, where do you guys go at the end of the day?
I guess we can meet up with the group after the game. Is that possible?
Yeah, you guys meet up at the Margaritaville. It's probably called Coinville, or something like that. And there's music that plays, but it's all by one artist, and it's not a live performance. No, I'm kidding.
Do I know the artist?
Um, there's music being performed live by a local Lorelin performer. And it's very like acoustic, beachy, vibey, vacationy music.
Okay. No, I'm just bullshitting. You don't have to.
But before you guys meet up again, I don't know, do you have anything else you want to do before you head back to Riverside for the night?
I think maybe just like look around for like the dog, maybe whistle to it or something, or
Lydian, give me another perception check.
that is a dirty 20.
Lydian, you look around for the dog and you see that it is laying under the table.
Oh. I'll cast legend lore on it.
This dog is not of legendary significance.
Well,
What if it's my dog? Then it is,
it's a
right?
good boy.
Because I'm of legendary significance.
It's not your dog.
I just want to
Doesn't have a
know what
name.
happened to the dog, man.
Just a dog.
All right, guys. What are we gonna name this dog?
I mean, Lydia, you seem really attached to the dog, so maybe
I'm
you
not
should
attached
name
to
the dog.
Oh my god, you guys!
You've
I'm
spent multiple days.
I just think that we're both fake creatures and there's some sort of inseparable bond between us.
Okay, so you're attached to the dog.
No, I'm not attached. I'm just saying, I'm just looking out for him because he's a living creature and obviously he lost his owner or is a person. I don't know.
You guys look down under the table. The dog is resting its chin on Lydian's foot.
All right. I'll name the dog. I'll come up with a name for a dog. We'll sleep and I'll sleep on it.
All right. You guys finish your mighty pina coladas and are left with a tab. But
Ooh.
Avala says, "No, don't worry, guys. I've got it."
If you guys got thrown into jail because you had a margarita bill, I would fucking kill you guys.
Margarita
No,
Bill.
Just gamble our way out.
We had the cash. We had the cash because Leon didn't buy the incense for the legend lore.
You're right.
And
He
then we
committed
cash
fully
the
to
tab left.
finding the dog.
I'm gonna name the dog Tempo.
I like
Nice.
it.
That's cute. Let me update it. So cute. Ah. Avala covers the tab. She was just happy that you guys were all there, but you teleport back to Riverside Stable to reconvene with Keela, who has reached the end of day 5 of 6.
Woohoo.
Also, I think I shared the dog with you guys, but I don't think you can see the character sheet because I don't think you can control it. But I have medium Fey, lawful good boy.
Lawful good boy. I like that. I appreciate that.
But you return, and Akila's only got one day to go.
I think we just spend the last day with Aquila. I've been doing a lot of running around.
So you guys rest for the night. If anything was expended, like the legend lore, you regain spell slots and abilities and stuff, and then wake up the next day. And on this day, you wake up to more delicious smelling food, and Daughter presents all of you with a dish. Just like, a one pot thing. Like everybody's eating the same breakfast. He's just cooking it in over the cooking pot. It's pretty good for you guys, but Aquila, this is his finest work yet.
Wait, so it's individually? He's increasing it then?
He had been spending this past several days
You-
crafting it to your
So,
palate.
but like he gave. What? How does he know that?
Based
This
on
guy
your
might have a crush on
reaction
you.
from eating. Well, just cook. They don't get many visitors here. It's a pretty dangerous stable. So when you're a full-time chef and you don't have a lot of people to cook for, you try really hard.
This
Um,
is now going from cool to unnerving now with how good he's able to do this just by looking at me.
Akila, you set to work for the final day. You have something going on here, presumably to be the head, but you have yet to see the full thing unfold and to attach it at the very end. What are the rest of you guys doing as she works? Just hanging out for the day?
Yeah, I think Inari would pen that letter to Pokey. She'd
Yeah.
write another one to Des. No reason, just,
Oh,
in
Nari, we
case
saw Des, by the way.
you did. Wait, what?
Yeah,
What
when
did
we
you
were in
guys talk
Kakariko.
about?
Um,
Yeah,
we were just I don't know, catching up a little bit. She didn't really mention you or anything, so.
oh, wait, she didn't?
Well, I mean, she was looking around for you. I think.
Oh, okay, alright.
None of us are that tall,
Why,
Mm.
but
why would Des be looking around for Ari? I mean, I know
don't
they're
know.
friends, but like,
right, yeah.
Good friends.
We're really
I mean,
good friends.
Yeah, why would
so-
she be looking around
Friends.
for you, Inari?
Well, we just, I feel like we have a lot in common, so I was really enjoying getting to know her. So,
They're
I
just a couple of gal
thought
pals.
out of Aquila, work on your
I'm so
Work
proud
on
of
your-
you for making a gal pal, Inari. You've had so many crushes and everything. It's nice for you to like have a, like a best friend to just hang out with.
Yeah, it's great. I'm really happy to have a best friend too, Lydia, and I really appreciate it. Thanks for the support.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Would you guys say that it's a beneficial friendship? That you could
Yeah,
be
a
considered
commander
friends
with benefits.
Great.
Sorry, continue.
Also, so I'll spend the day practicing my new rock arena, and if Tempo's around, I'll spend bonding time with the dog, I guess.
He also didn't come up with that. I said it during the break to him. Rock Arena was me.
No, I said rock arena first. You can
When?
go back in the VOD.
When he got it,
I
he said it.
I said when I got it, I said my rock ocarina, my rock arena.
I did not remember that. Oh, I was
I'm
so
sorry.
proud of it in the
Hey,
kitchen.
Great minds think alike. Great minds think alike.
It's fine.
I'm gonna go scope out where to blow up the
I
hideout.
have to make
for
another
Lily.
thing after this.
I forgot that's what you wanted to do.
Before I
but
can do demolition work and surveying.
But while I'm there, I'm gonna get a memento.
Memento for who? Sorry, it cut out.
Atari.
That's hard.
From the
From the
Yiga clan
Yiga clan.
hideout?
In the Yiga Clan hideout. Yep.
Lorhanan, are you going with anybody?
I mean, does anyone want to come with me? Sounded like everyone just wanted to relax.
All right.
Yeah, I'm content staying.
Well,
I would go with Lorhanan just so he wasn't alone.
Aw.
Even though Natara does not know what the mission is for.
No, I don't.
You did not know that we arrived, and Lorraine starts inspecting the wall.
And then I want to look at the. What the heck? That's weird. I can put you guys on different maps now?
Oh, you couldn't do that before?
No.
That's seems like an oversight. It seems like you always should have been able to do that.
Don't that our Roll20 sponsorship? No.
Huh. That's cool. Anyway. I have to figure out how it works, but I can see that I can do it. Yeah, you guys roll up. Atara, you are concerned at the way that Lorhanan is evaluating the structural integrity of the entrances.
So, Corey, if you were to cave in this particular entrance, I mean, I've always figured that this point was really the weakest of this archway. Wanted to get your opinion on it.
Gallus, I have thought about this several times when dealing with the idiocracy of the Yiga. Truthfully, I do think you should go above the arch and cause a collapse from the front side rather than the tunnels themselves. I think that there are several choke points within the layout that you should first take down before totally burying the entrance.
Oh, thanks for your insight. By the way, that rug was, a fabulous choice.
What rug?
I'm not gonna respond.
Why do you care about rugs? Also, why did you pick such a silly name for yourself? I've heard others refer to you as Lorhanan.
Rhymes with Ganon? I don't know.
But you enter the Yiga clan hideout with intention of finding a memento for Natara, with Natara in tow. Lorhanan, where are you looking? You know the hideout. You know the kinds of things that exist within. What are you looking for?
I think I'm looking for something that this is gonna wreck Natara emotionally, but something that would show that the Yiga clan wasn't all evil. Maybe a way of some kind.
Oh man, I'm having too many ideas. Huh.
They were about to throw that little dance.
No, they were going to watch the summoning of the imprisoned. It wasn't like a dance party. It was like the bringing of
Oh.
the thing that would tip the
Everything
scales
about-
Yeah, you're right. I
in
think I'm
the
confusing
battle
in
for
my
the
head because
calamity.
you just talked about it like it was a middle school dance, so I was like, oh,
That
that's cute.
that was the
Have
funny
fun.
part of it. It's like they're going to watch literal destruction and like a demon effectively rise, and they're like, so
Yeah.
you going with anybody?
Well, my suggestion is bananas then.
I'm thinking. I'm thinking that. I mean, Ben, if you have any ideas of something more specific, you're welcome to it, or I can have
Mm.
the reins.
I can imagine like I don't know something like a spinning top or something that like the Yiga children would play with or something.
There's in the education center. Uh, you guys make your way to, as you're sort of looking around, thinking maybe this is where like a child's thing could be. On one of the now dusty bookshelves, there is a small bag, and you know exactly what this is because probably when you were a small child, you played with this thing with some of your peers, um, perhaps in a more aggressive way than is typically played for this kind of thing. But it is a sack of marbles, and each one is hand painted, um, and it has a different face of a monster on it, but it's like very cutesy, kind of like the masks from the monster shop. You know how the bokoblin is just kind of like silly with buttons. They all just kind of look very cute, um, and probably some of them have gone missing just from being loved. But there is a place in the common room that is a circle that they used to play marbles, and sometimes that meant somebody stands in the circle and gets pelted with marbles. But kids will be kids.
Yep.
But you're able to swipe that without revealing the contents because you recognize what it is. You guys looking for anything else while you're here?
Nope.
Okay. You go through, kind of note the different choke points, like Coria had mentioned, for the best ways to cut off access to the hideout in the future. And after, one final like moment within, you stand in the proving grounds and look about at the remnants of the battle that had occurred here. And I'm pretty sure this is where you guys burned all the bodies or something like that. Uh,
Yep.
so there's
Yep.
remnants of that as well. A lot of ash everywhere. That's kind of like been exposed to the elements and everything too. So it's just kind of blown over everything, like a nice coating of ash over everything. It's very grim. um, you guys go and return back to Riverside, and you all just kind of hang out here, and enjoy the nice dinner provided by Goddard, which is a bit more like to the liking of each of you, as a collective. Uh, Aquila, it's not a step down; it's just a different thing from what you've been having. Uh,
I'm in shock.
it's just different. It's not a step down. Um, but eventually, you guys all kind of hanging out by the fire as the sun sets. Aquila, you double check everything. You use your ancient tool to set screws, make sure everything is tight, not too tight, but just perfectly arranged and placed. And you set the head on the body. And everything lights up Sheikah Blue. And this equine machine stands up on all four legs. Aquila, you have built the horse.
The horse.
This is, oh no, where do I have it saved? I think it's in items. Hang on. Yes,
The
it's in
horse.
items.
Fly.
This is the highly optimized rider support engine.
The horse.
A horse, let's go.
So this is not an attunement thing. This is just a while you're mounted on it thing for the most part. And when you're around it. And if you're not around it, you are able to occasionally bring it to where you are via the mysterious teleportation magics that lie within Sheikah technology that you have been able to harness. This is what you have built. And the rest of you watch as Akila takes a step back and this thing she has built lights up and then stands up like a horse that was kneeling before and now stands. Uh, and it sort of just like very stiffly, but precisely, pivots its head around and sort of takes in its environment wordlessly.
The horse girl.
Horse girl, horse girl, horse.
How
Hold on
much
for a second.
HP does it have?
Oh, I did
Oh yeah,
forget
hit,
to put
hit
that.
points is blank.
I was going to look at your guys is what's your proficiency bonus at 17? Is it still 5 or is it 6 now?
6.
6. Okay. So let me 102 then.
Okay.
I can only assume that the ancient hooves would get ancient slammage if they were attacking a guardian.
Indeed, they would. That's a brilliant idea. I had not accounted for, but I love it.
That could be tricks on there.
Does this thing am I able to repair this thing if it takes damage?
Yes, same rules as LG, I believe, whatever they are, but I can double check
Okay.
it. Except whereas like LG is like very sentient and can like fully die, there's no time limit for the horse.
Okay. Cool.
Horse.
I just put a little note in there. It's not very professionally written, but it'll deal additional 2d6 on the first hit against a guardian.
We're gonna kill those guys.
The,
I
the
hope.
horse kill counter is
The
Oh my
haunts.
god.
Kill counter.
The horse kill counter for Akil is gonna get so skewed now.
All right. Yeah, you guys see it. As Aquila steps back after 6 days of hard, dedicated work from the schematics scattered about the labyrinths. And you see the horse. I think, because that's the end of 6th day, so then it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 1 day of prep, and then it's Rito wedding. So you guys,
one additional day of prep, or
I think that's how it lines up, but I'm gonna say it's the next day just to simplify things. If that's cool.
I gave my fine clothes to Link. I need new fine clothes before the wedding.
Where are you
We
gonna
don't
go?
have money for that.
What is that?
Said we don't have money for that.
Mm.
I'm watching Jinx tweak out in the back. I
Oh,
just
yes,
need
she
to know that
is.
she's doing
Oh my
that right
God.
now.
Stop being weird.
She sees Greebles sometimes and just meows at the ceiling, so.
Where are you guys
That's
gonna get fine
I'll-
clothes for Lydian? And do all of you have fine clothes to attend a Rito wedding?
Am I attending the Rito wedding? How long is
Yeah.
the armor
Have
going
all
to
our
take to build?
clothes.
You said you don't want to go to it?
No, I have to build a Nari's armor still. I don't know how long that's going to take.
Oh.
I have decent clothes, right? And I now have my fancy Goron cummerbund. So
What is the rarity of the clothes? Of the armor, I mean, that you're building, Aquila.
Isn't it just uncommon?
That's what I thought.
Because it's adamantium?
It's 300 rupees. I think that's then halved to 150 for you. I think is that what it is? That's what it does.
Yeah.
And then 2 work weeks. So no, so 1 work week.
Okay. I can at least go to the wedding then, and we can decide if we're going to wait another week or not.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of not worth it.
Can we teleport to Kakariko and just like do a bunch of menial labor there and see if we can like parsley garden our way into getting like some fine clothes, you know? Like we work for it all day.
You don't
What?
think we're well dressed enough?
I don't know. I feel like pretty dingy as is.
I don't think Natara really wears clothes.
Darling wear clothes.
Do you have any sort of like seaming or something, Lorhan? Or like group disguise?
Like the seeming spell? No.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I guess we just where'd we get the first set of fine clothes? Did we
Lydian, you Rito seem a bit too preoccupied with one's appearance here.
Well, it's just like you gotta maintain appearances and stuff, and we're like literally the heroes of the land. So like we gotta show up and in a little bit of style, and we gotta walk the walk, you know what I mean?
I feel like I already look good enough. I mean, like, do we like we all do? Like, do we really like it's like I'm already like glowing with like.
I mean, it's just gonna be well. You know what? I shouldn't be so concerned about what others think of me anymore.
Yeah, you like Lydian. You are one of the heroes
But like
of
Ionia might
Hyrule.
be upset though. Ionia
Would
might be
Ionia
upset.
really be upset about that? I feel like
Maybe a little bit. She'd be like, "Oh, I can't believe you didn't even dress up like it's a wedding," you know.
And give Link her regular clothes, wear the fine clothes, and then trade them
But
back
Ionia
out.
is not even from Rito Village.
yeah.
Like,
I know, but she probably still dresses up for a wedding.
how about you ask Lo? What is Ionia going to wear for the wedding?
Okay, good idea. I'm gonna ask Lo right now, and I'll say, "What are you wearing, and what is Ionia wearing?"
All right, so hang on. So are we say I'm sorry, I kind of lost track of what I said, but is this the night still or is this now the day of?
It's the night still.
Okay, so it's the night before, we're gonna call it.
Yeah, night before.
Okay. So you're asking Lo, what are you wearing and what is
Yeah.
Ionia wearing to the
What is
wedding?
Ionia wearing? Something like may need to come up with something to wear quickly or something.
Lo says, Lydian, I was already asleep trying to prepare for the festivities tomorrow, but Mom's got me something new, and I saw Ionia buying something too.
Thanks, sis. That doesn't help. Okay, we should, okay, who doesn't have fine clothes? Anybody? I don't think anybody does.
Literally everyone. We are adventurers.
We're so screwed. All right, we're fine. It's fine.
We have clothes of our culture.
I have been
Literally.
building this horse Lego set for 6 days, and you guys are not prepared for the event that you guys were running around Hyrule for.
Listen, we were trying to return a dog to its owner, and
I still don't really understand the whole dog thing, but I really want to be supportive.
Me neither.
I
not my dog. I've just named him, and he's bonded with me.
you could have like been playing beach volleyball with Natara and I. We were having like a
Oh,
really
I saw
kick-
you guys. I saw you guys playing.
You saw us
I-
playing beach volleyball. What were you doing? Spying on us?
This
Like,
guy's
No,
spies
no.
on his friends. Like,
No, I was
ugh,
not. I was not
Lydian.
spying on my friends. I was looking at the dog, and the dog was near you guys playing a fun game involving a net and ball, and it seemed really cool. And I was a little bit sad, but I was focused on where the dog was. Anyway,
Okay, so again, 2 of you played volleyball, and 2 of you followed a dog from another dimension around for
I
3 days.
personally feel like we're fine. So I
Yes.
don't.
Akila, are you really worried about what you're wearing to this wedding? Like,
I mean, I would like to show proper respect to Lydian's people, so yeah, a little bit.
A
thank
little
you,
bit, but
Akila.
okay, and it's like I get it. Like, in an ideal world, yes, we would do that too. But also, like, we might literally save Hyrule if we're lucky and we're all alive. I feel like everyone's gonna owe us like a ton. So I feel like showing up to a wedding if we don't have the funds for fancy
Actually, I'm
clothes
not worried. Never mind.
is like probably like okay.
I have disguised self. I'm not
Oh,
worried
you
at
have
all.
to. Oh, I might have disguised self too. Never
no,
mind.
no, don't disguise yourselves. No,
What's the difference between disguising myself and wearing an outfit?
no, I'm saying that you gotta go as yourself. Like, look, Inari
Am I
is
really getting this lecture from you, Lorhannon, to go as yourself?
a former member of the Gerudo Guard. She's wearing her traditional Gerudo garb. Okay, like
Yeah.
what Rito is gonna call you out for wearing the traditional garb of your people.
I didn't say I was gonna. What did you think I was gonna disguise myself as?
Yeah. I feel.
As,
I
as
feel.
a Rito?
I feel like.
No.
I feel like. I feel like bad. I feel like Lorhannon is pointing out that like it's actually really culturally insensitive for others to expect me to wear really fancy clothes that don't match up.
Exactly.
You know what? No, I'm kidding.
I was just going to disguise myself with like a nice outfit and some like jewelry and some sigils.
Yeah. I might just do like a more
Who owes
fancy
us a favor? Who
Gerudo.
owes us a favor? Who owes us a favor? Can
I did not.
I? If
You
I,
go.
I wonder if like, cause who? I have no idea where Daruli is. He's usually pretty fancy. Cass also, I could probably bum an outfit off of him. I might have something. I might have like fine clothes in my actual nest back at home. Should have asked Lo that. I don't know. I think I'm toast. Do you guys think Ionia will hate me if I show up like this?
Like Lydian, I've seen the way she looks at you. I literally, I think it's impossible for her to hate you unless like you did something criminally evil. I don't think this is criminally evil. I think you're okay. Like
I
she's
do think-
seen,
Proposed sending a rat to this wedding
yeah.
or
That's a good
something.
point.
I don't know. She wanted to ruin the wedding with you, didn't she?
You're right. Yeah, no, she was very like crass about the whole thing. You're right. I don't know. Spending a lot of time in Rito Village, maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it.
If it's important to you that you wear fine clothes, then can make that work somehow. But
I think we can just steal them back from Link. I feel like that plan's probably the most.
You okay?
Because
We are going to walk into this town, and we are going to see this mute psychopath chasing chickens around in your fine clothes.
Well,
Put go to a wedding in it.
we can wash them. And does anybody have like mending or anything? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll look great. It'll be fine. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna teleport to Kakariko.
You teleport to Kakariko.
Uh,
You guys all watch Lydian take the Sheikah Slate and disappear.
I feel like that's for the better. They're at a stable. I'll be right back. I go to Impa and I'm like, or I guess Des. I would go to Des and say, hey, by the way, Des, hi.
Hey,
Is did you see like a guy that we dropped off here a while ago? He's like a really important guy. He's like blonde, he's got shaggy hair.
yeah, the one Lady Impa was friends with him back when she was young somehow. I still don't
Right.
really get it. But yeah, he's up and
Do you
moving
know where he's staying?
now. Honestly, I haven't really seen him sleep since he got here.
Ooh, okay. Great. I'm going to say, excuse me for 1 second. I'm gonna like shut the door to her office, assuming she's in her office, and then go out to the front desk, and then right in front of Zad, I'm gonna put down my crystal ball and then scry on Link.
He's like, excuse me. All right, let me like,
We have Phage's armor as well.
Do you think that's fancy though? It's like armor.
Look at it. If anything, it's like in the Rito style.
Armor's Phage's armor.
Link. He's here. Hero
I
time.
can't wear that.
You could totally pull it off,
Why
Lydia.
couldn't you wear that?
There's no way I could wear that. There's no way I could pull
Maybe
that off.
not the shoes, but
I think Lorhan could pull it off.
I am not wearing anything but what is on me right now.
And besides, I can't wear white to a wedding. Come on.
it's a 17.
If only we knew of somewhere
You're a
where there was like,
man, fine.
if only there was a place where we knew that you could like change the color of your clothes.
But we never went there. So we don't know. Go ahead, Jenna.
It's a 17. So I think you get that then?
Yes.
Okay.
No. 17 succeeds the saving throw.
You're right. It's a 17 with the crystal ball. It's a 19 with my natural save. So that passes. I'm just gonna hectically kind of like look around then. If he doesn't
Zad's
sleep,
like, was that supposed to do something?
shove it back in my bag and wordlessly walk out. Okay, I will go to Impa's place and ask, have you seen Link?
Welcome back. Yes. He headed out, perhaps a day or two ago, and he's been around town.
See ya.
I'm so cooked. Do you know if he's still
Kiss
wearing
those
his
clothes
tuxedo?
goodbye.
What'd you ask? Sorry.
Is he still wearing his fine clothes? They were a rental.
She said around 10.
I'm not sure. I'm not
He
sure.
usually likes to go around places shirtless, right? Is that like his style?
Didn't used to be when he was young. I think I saw him get a set of Sheikah clothing from the store up the road.
He sold your
Alright.
fine clothes for pumpkins at the store. Definitely.
I'm gonna go to the armor shop and see if they were bartered for.
It is late at night, but it is still open, and there's actually a Zora man working here. And he says to, yeah, the short lad sold me these a couple days ago. Are you looking to purchase?
Yes.
Okay. I marked them for 55 for the set.
Okay, that's phenomenal. I think we also have some gems and stuff, but that's fine. We don't need the money right now.
Do not sell the diamond.
I won't. I was gonna sell like an opal or something, but that's fine. I'll give him
That
55.
doesn't matter.
They do
Yeah, well-
matter. I need it for my recipe if I make it.
I'll- That's great. So thank you. Do you have any? You probably only have the one, right? Okay.
I have
Thank you,
other
sir.
things available. I actually sell Zora armor as well.
Is it nice looking?
I think so. I mean, It's adorned in the silver signature metal of my people.
I think to myself that Natara might not even like that because it's Zora's domain, Zora.
It
So.
is a Zora's domain, Zora. He lives in Kakariko.
Yeah, no, I think I'll just teleport back. Natara's
Uh,
not like she wouldn't want to wear classist clothes.
you guys see Lydian from across the road teleport back to the shrine that sits there. He runs back across the road and he has his fine clothes in not the same condition he originally gave them to Link. There are a couple tears and there is a bit of dirt, but for the most part it's pretty good.
Okay, I got these back. That psychopath just sold them to some guy.
You have fine clothes. Is anybody else doing anything tonight? You guys get some rest. Lydian, you are able to use prestidigitation to clean the dirt. I'm not sure if you're aware of that use of it, but you can clean the dirt off the clothes. You would need mending to repair the rips and tears.
Yeah, yeah, I was gonna wash it to be honest, but prestidigitation I guess works too.
You guys all go to bed, regain any resources that you may or may not have spent during the day. The horse stands outside, adjacent to the stable, and the other horses look uncomfortable. You guys rise the next day. It is the Rito wedding day. Are you doing anything before you head to Rito Village?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. You guys then teleport to. Oh man, where is the nearest thing? Is it the stable or do you guys have. No, you guys have the teleport that is within Rito Village. So you guys teleport there. Um, and I guess, preparations are in full swing. Everybody is flying back and forth from here to Warbler's Nest, where the ceremony is going to take place very shortly. Lydian, you run into Ionia. Are you wearing your fine clothes?
Yes.
Um, Ionia sees you and hugs you, and she's like, "Oh, Lydian, look at you! You look so fancy." Uh, Oh man, that accent is not present with my current state. Um, Ionia, Lanairu by. Uh, you look so fancy in all this fancy garb. God, I'm sorry, guys. She says that you look very fancy, and she herself purchased a simple purple sash to wear with her armor. Or I guess she doesn't really wear too much armor, but to wear with her outfit that she normally wears. She did do a little fancy sort of single braid with her longer feathers that are her hair, but that's about the extent of effort that she went through. All of you guys make your way over to Warbler's Nest. In your various flying methods, you got the carpet, you got ways, and you take seats that have been arranged in a circular arrangement around this center pedestal that weirdly resembles that of a shrine, though it glows amber. But nonetheless, you all gather around. This is a breezy spot, and the breeze sort of blows through these monolithic structures that have holes, different sizes in them, creating this tune. But additionally, Cass is off to the side serenading and singing and performing with this accordion that he has. And you guys know that this is Master Cass from Lydian's descriptions, though only Inari has met him in addition to Lydian. And Kanali, or is it Kanali? Yeah, I think that's the name of the owl elder that oversees things of civil nature within Rito Village, gives a very nice ceremony. And, you know, when you guys had been here before and encountered Lokrian and Laissa, they really didn't seem all too interested in one another. Um, but the talk, the gossip among town as you guys made your way over here, had been that even though they didn't really get together for the best reasons and moved things along rather quickly, a lot of speculation is that's to do with Lydian and jealousy and things. Um, During the time where people just didn't love each other for whatever reason, uh, they actually became pretty good friends. And then when love got turned back on, they actually fell in love. And so now, in their eyes, you can see that they are both genuinely happy, and everybody has kind of hushed to listen to the ceremony from that gossip. It's a beautiful time. It's a beautiful day, and the ceremony concludes with a peck, and you guys join the the Rito people and head over back to over to Rivali's Landing, where it's been very beautifully decorated and all sorts of candles and lights are lit. And you guys enjoy a very, very, very nice time. With all of the Rito village people and friends and family that are here. And that's where we'll end the session. As next time, you guys will begin to figure out how you're getting into Hyrule Castle and traverse it. Woohoo!
Oh man, it's gonna be scary.
Yeah, I'm not ready for
Oh,
that. It was nice to have a little chill time before that, though.
Yeah.
the session was excellent.
I'm so
We
glad.
had some beach volleyball. We went to a wedding. We tried to find a. We essentially adopted a new dog.
We
Akila has a horse.
the horse.
New pets.
I don't know what these sound effects are.
It's
Yeah.
Bolson construction.
Oh, it's
Oh,
You're
yeah!
right.